2009, they rode the Mangini Express, Rex did, right to the AFC Championship game. Then they built upon that and got to the 2010 championship game. And then it came. The worst offseason in New York Jets history.
Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. Look at you. Look at all you guys in here. I thought it would be like 5 of us. I thought everybody'd be hammered, drunk, rolling around in their own mess, as they say. It's already 9 o'clock. Oh, man, I was done. 9 o'clock. What's happening? This is GreenBean, and this is the impromptu Happy New Year stream. Why not, right? I mean, around here, we don't make it to midnight anymore. It's just like, why? Why do it? That's how we do it now. It used to be like such a big deal, I remember years where New Year, like the 12 o'clock, the ball would drop, it would come, and I'd be like, what? It happened? When? 2 hours ago. I'm like, what? What happened? I don't even know what's going on. So anyway, we'll just hang out. We'll see how long this goes. I sent the link out to a whole mess of Jets guys. So we'll see if people want to come on, give their New Year's resolutions for the Jets. I'm going to do that with you guys today. That's what we'll do. We'll see what we want the Jets to do. Don't start doing them yet, though. We'll get to that. All right. Let me say hello to you guys, though. Travis made it in first. 8:30. I just made the stream, Travis. You were like, boom. So good for you. Good morning, Jay-Z. Yeah, dude. Why? I know I got to start. I got to be careful. I saturate my own, I dilute my own product, for lack of a better term. But I figure, why not? Yeah, man. Big Green's on his way to work. Well, dude, I hope you are safe at work. Eric Craig, what's up? It's not the same old Jets. We got to win. We got to win in just a few hours, man. We got to win. It's just a few hours away. And we're going to see if we can win. Let's say a jet set for life in the house. All kinds of hearts. Look at that. Woohoo. Sully's in the house. That's right, buddy. We are making the playoffs, Travis. I'm with it. Yeah, there you go, Sully. Did you guys see the thing? Did I show you? I don't know if I showed you. Let me see if I can show you the thing. Hold on. I gotta open the thing. I'll show you this. This is what I've been passing around the internet. Let's see if this is the one. Let's see if it's big enough. There we go. All right. This is what I've been passing around. This is who we're playing this week. You guys scared? You guys scared of these guys? I'm not scared of these guys, right? Right. Sully's got it. Sully's got it right here. F them right where they eat their eggs, man. Yeah, that's right. So Indy Jets is in the house. Snowball's in the house. That's right. Has everybody hit the like button? That's right. No Zach talk, hopefully, unless you're saying, "Hey, I'm really sorry." Look, he's on our team. It's like we're all rooting for the kid, but it's over. If we have a shot in hell, it's without that young man. It's the way. Now I saw something. What was it? I saw something out there that people were doing, sending her more DMs, like more Jets fans sending more DMs. But now what we're doing is we are sending Photoshop images and stuff like that. Why not? Why not just spend my own time to make images to send to the mother of the quarterback? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh, look, we got somebody popping in for their Jets resolution. Hopefully we get a lot of people. Let's say hello to Wat2K. What's up, buddy? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, GreenBean, and Happy New Year to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody's having a great time, having fun, being relatively sane before the insanity ensues on Sunday afternoon.
Yes, so what are you doing tonight? Are you just hanging low? What's going on? It sounds quiet over there.
I'm on the show right now, so obviously I don't have a lot going on. Just kidding.
I know. It's like, does this let everybody know how uncool I am? That's what I was wondering, bro. It's
exactly.
Good.
No, I'm getting over an illness after a couple of days. 5 days in sub-zero Nashville took a little bit of a toll on me. I did go out and do a bunch of deliveries today, making the money. Came home and did my thing. Went to the gym for the first time in a week, which felt great. But yeah, just gonna take it.
Wow.
Yeah, just gonna take it easy. And wanted to be on with you guys. This is
Yeah.
exciting.
Well, dude,
Yeah.
you were supposed to wait till tomorrow to do any gym stuff. Tonight's the last night to go and get some muddy buddies. That's what you got to do.
Muddy buddies. Oh, so enlighten me on the brilliance of a muddy buddy. Explain to me what that entails.
I don't know. Chex Mix.
Okay. Peanut butter chocolate. Yeah, man, the people who like the peanut butter and chocolate, they're obsessed with that combo. It's like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, why need the jelly when you have the chocolate? But
Yeah.
personally, I'll just take the peanut butter and I'm happy. I don't even need the chocolate.
Yeah, I love it all, man. I'm into
Cool.
all of it, buddy. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
Nice.
I got to be honest, this is the first time I ever bought Muddy Buddies, but I was going to the gas station to get pods. This is what I was looking at all the stuff and I thought, it's New Year's Eve. Let me get something. So this is how lame I am. I got Muddy Buddies and the Score Bar, dude.
Score bar.
This is old man candy 101. Grandfathers eat this shit. This is what I was like, ooh, I want a Score Bar. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? What happened to the M&Ms? What happened to the whatchamacallit? Nope, Score Bar.
Next time I see you, I'll bring you a big league chew. How about that?
Holy macaroni. You remember that stuff? I would eat like the whole bag.
The whole bag.
Just sugar pouring out of your face. It was gross. So Bismo checking in, they had New Year's, what was it? So 6 a.m., I believe it was, Biz, right? Something like that. So he says, Happy New Year, Jets fans. Down here in Oz, we have already ventured into 2023. The future looks bright for the Jets in this new year. So yeah, man. Very cool. Thanks for checking in, Bismo, and Happy New Year to you. He's already all the way deep into 2023. He's ready to go to work on the day after New Year's. You know what I mean? That's where they are. So we haven't even gotten there yet. We're still in 2022, my man. So, yeah. So what do look, what we're doing tonight, Y2K, we're letting everybody come on. I sent it out to probably, 15, 20 different people saying, hey, if you want to stop on, specifically to give New Year's Jets resolution. So what that means, I haven't figured it out yet, but you're first. So we're going to do this. I'm going to bounce around from guy to guy tonight, hopefully. But you checked in right away, so you get first dibs. You can help me create whatever the hell this is. What is a New Year's Jets resolution, Y2K? What do you think?
Yeah. Somebody who doesn't make a whole lot of resolutions for himself, I am going to say this is what I want to see the Jets become next year. But like at the end of 2023, what do I want to see? And the most important thing to me is credibility. And I don't know if that's a specific number of wins, if that's a specific player, but by 2023, I want the general perception from football fans around the country and around the world, the media too, that'd be nice, and also the officials. I would like to get the respect of the referees. I want to see our quarterback get roughing the passer on him just one time.
Dude,
just one time.
Still, Y2K. We are going into the second to last game. We are the only team in the NFL that has not drawn a roughing the passer. You're going to tell me they don't have something for us? You're going to tell me that?
Well, it's 2023 when this game takes place.
So
it doesn't have to happen in 2022.
Yeah.
You know what? This is how crazy I'm getting with numbers and stuff like that. Now, our old kicker friend Jason Myers, he's had a fantastic season for the Seattle Seahawks. He's made 65 out of 67 kicks this year. But there's a catch to that. That catch is he tends to kick very well in even-numbered years. When it gets to an odd-numbered year, his level of kicking seems to fall off a little bit.
Is that
this
real?
Game is taking place in January of 2023. So to me, I think Jason Myers misses a big field goal tomorrow.
Is that real? In odd years?
Yes, this is. If we look at the numbers, we're not going to go into all the specifics. I don't need to bore everybody with that. But yeah, looking for all the little things to earn that respectability. That means having a Sunday night game, playing on NBC for the first time since the freaking butt fumble game, stuff like that. Getting the calls of the officials that we should be getting when Breece Hall is getting hit 5 yards out of bounds in the Denver game, and the referee's holding onto the flag and said, "Oh, it's the Jets running back. I'll save my arm. It's got arthritis in the shoulder anyway. We don't have to throw this flag right now." Yeah. So, that's the kind of thing that I want to see. Respectability, obviously, playoff contention. I want to be running neck and neck for the division next year because I think with one more good offseason, just good offseason, the Jets are very capable, even against a very hard schedule, of being a legit contender for the AFC East. And that's a great step.
I think that's great. And I actually like that a whole bunch. Now, so number one, Wat2K pointed out that the New York Jets have not drawn one roughing the passer penalty in the entirety of 2022. We are the only team in the NFL. I would love to see Wat2K. Maybe this is something you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, just maybe, you could tell us which teams had the most, all the way down to like who draws the most roughing the passer. And we got to look into this because I'm of the belief that they don't like us. That's why our quarterbacks are getting crushed and they don't even think of throwing the flag. It's complete bullshit. So Wat2K says, get a damn roughing the passer starting in 2023 tomorrow. Watch Jason Myers continue his odd year doldrums and fight for the division in 2023. I like it, Wat2K. I like it a lot.
I will give you this. I did look for the stat yesterday to see what quarterbacks get called on them the most. The problem is if you go to the NFL penalties website, they only include quarterbacks who have played 40 games or more. So you're not going to see Mike White. You're not going to see Zach Wilson. So it's a little bit of limited data. But I can tell you the teams that have had this penalty called against them the most. And the Jets are tied for second with 5. Okay, they're tied with Carolina. The only team with more roughing the passer penalties than the Jets is the New York Giants with 6.
So we have the least roughing the passer penalties on us drawn, and the second most called against us. Dude, there's something going on. This is bullshit.
It's not.
I am now
no coincidence.
pissed. All right, Wat2K, we're going to move on. I got Tigo coming on. I appreciate you being guest number 1, and Happy New Year, buddy. Don't get too crazy. And if you have the opportunity, don't even leave the house. It's amateur night out there. Stay where you're safe. You know what I mean?
I'm in Newport News, Virginia. It's not worth going out anyway.
That's what I'm saying. All right, Wat2K, everybody. New York Sports Wicker Media. Have a good night, Wat2K. I'll see you, buddy.
Good night.
And next coming up, I think this might be his first time on this channel. Let's say hello to Talking Jiggities with Tiggities. What's up, Tigo? How you doing, man?
I'm doing better than I have been in the last couple of days.
You sick?
I've been dealing with a lot of stuff for the last week or two. But 2023, new year, new Jets, new thing. So trying to start off the year right, getting everything going. And then hopefully, I'm not even going to say hopefully, I'm just going to speak it into existence, right? We start the new year with the Jets win, turning the tide and moving throughout the corner and, just make this just win. Let's beat the Seacocks. I loved that. That made my night.
The Seacocks.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's good. Well, look, I'm sorry you were sick. I've been sick too. I went up to New Jersey for my birthday and everything, and New York and everything a couple weeks ago. And dude, it was like I went into like a super spreader party. It turned out the Christmas party I went to at the same, like half, if not more, got sick at the same damn party. So I appreciated the gift of getting sick. When I got home, I had the shit knocked out of me basically for the past. You can hear it in my voice. I'm still not right, but I think we're on the mend. And like you just said, dude, it just so happens that 2023 starts tomorrow and we have a game tomorrow, day 1, the Jets. Now, I don't know about our historic numbers on New Year's Day, right? I do know that this ticket right here, I have a picture here. It's out of screen. It's actually my son's first ever Jets game down in Miami. This is January 1st, 2012. This is actually it was the final game of 2000. It was actually the final game of 2011 season. This is the game, Tigo, that Santonio Holmes got into a shoving match in the offensive huddle and benched himself and just left the game. So this was the game that my son's first. So, but another New Year's Day game was when Geno Smith had a perfect game. Remember that? He had his best ever game as a New York Jet. And as a matter of fact, I have a picture of myself at that game meeting Rex Ryan on that day. Tigo, what do you think of that?
That's awesome.
That's CBS. Somebody captured it. They saw us on TV. That's myself, my wife, my little son wearing, not this hat anymore. My dog ate that fucking hat. But, and my little daughter is cut off. But yeah, I got to see Rex Ryan. He was subsequently fired that day, Tigo.
Really?
Yeah. But Geno Smith had an amazing game. We won, knocked ourselves back in the draft like so many Jets fans didn't want us to do. You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
We were all mad that we won the last game of the year and all that. But so New Year's Day is I have two examples. One sucked and one was pretty damn, at least as far as the play on the field was very good. But it happened to be Geno Smith. So what do you see coming tomorrow?
First thing I want to say is I just realized, I was like, wait, but like Black Monday, when a coach would get fired, isn't for another week. I was like, wait, we added an extra week. This was back when we had 17 weeks versus the 18 weeks, that's really cool. Not cool, obviously, Rex losing his job, blah, 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 whatever, but that's still a cool thing to be able to say. But honestly, I think tomorrow is a story of, it's the quarterback, right? Like, I don't want to have that conversation. We've had that conversation a million different times, right? Quarterback. But our defense is good enough to win that game, and it's a matter of can we score. If you look at our team, if we get 20 points, we win the game on offense because our defense holds. Our defense holds. It doesn't matter who we're playing. A bad game from our defense still only gave up 18 points.
Yeah, right. No,
everybody was like, they had a horrible game. Our defense was misfiring, and they gave up 18 poins. That's how elite our defense is. So it's a story of our offense. We got to score points.
Yeah, and I'm happy that Michael Clemens. I'm seeing Michael Clemens in the chat. Mike effing White, that is actually coming back because it gives us a chance to actually believe rather than hoping Zach somehow becomes something he's not before our eyes, or at least isn't this season. I like the idea of Mike White coming in. I like what you said, 20 points and we win. I would like to see that. But, dude, right, our defense, like you said, has held pretty much everybody 22 points or less all season long. And the offense, look, we scored 31 against Chicago. We haven't scored quite as much since. But, of course, we've been in our little dip. I think it's time to come out of it. I'm going to bring another guy on with you, Tigo, because he's been sitting. He came on almost right after you, so I wanted to give you a couple minutes. You'll recognize this guy. He's super bald and super ordering food from across the country. What's up, Jets Chaos?
What's going on? Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Did you like the little gift I sent you?
I loved it, man.
Wasn't it good?
You called your friend William just for me and had
I did. I called William Shatner, Tigo, and had him deliver a personal message, song style, to Jeremy. It was either that or I went on to Smash Ups and they did it. One or the other. Something happened now. It was good. So Tigo, so what we're doing, I got, this is a great opportunity. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on tonight. I'm definitely not staying on until midnight. I'll tell you that. But we're giving a bunch of guys, like, I want to hear, I don't know what it really is, but let's say our New Year's Jets resolution. What do you see? It could start tomorrow, but going into next season, what do you think is realistic? What do you think the Jets should, would, can, will do?
There's the things that I would like to see, right? Whether it happens is based on a lot of different factors that ultimately come down to Joe Douglas and his ability to do his job. But I would like for the team to click. For the first time in a long time, I want the whole team, and I'm not just talking about just the defense I want the whole team to just click, because it's felt like the story of this year has been the team. One part of the team is firing, but another part isn't. The story of this year is we have this elite defense, but something's not clicking in the offense, whether that's quarterback play. I don't care how we get it there or what happens, or I believe in this staff and in this whatever, but I just would like, starting tomorrow even, for this team to just click. I would like the offense to just get going. We know what this offense can be. Just click, just work.
Click.
That's it. That's it. I'm not asking for you to go and kill it in the draft again, because I expect that to happen. Joe Douglas has set that standard, right? But I don't care about any of that right now. Honestly, if this team just clicks, we've got the weapons, we've got the players, that's it. That's all I want, is the team to just, when I watch it on Sunday, to be like, that's my football team, and that's it.
I like it. Now, Jeremy, what do you think? I mean, so simple. I just want the fucking team to click. Can you imagine? Yeah. Could you imagine if the defense and the offense both decided to dominate the same day? I mean, we kind of saw that in Green Bay. We saw some of that. In the Miami game, we saw some special teams. Like, it wasn't clicking 100%, but it was the closest we've come. Usually what happens is the offense is doing really well and the defense can't keep up. Or the defense is dominant and the offense can't help them a lick. That's kind of what we're seeing. It would be really nice. I'm with Tigo, man. I'd like it to click. What do you think, Jeremy?
Yeah, a great example is Quinton Williams, first drive, creates a fumble, gets us the ball inside the 20. First play, our offense comes out and throws it up the middle to a touchdown for Conklin. Touchdown with the momentum of the defense. That's clicking. Not, let's do some fancy trick, weird play and totally break the momentum when it
Let's bring Streveler in as a wide receiver for the first time all year. Right. Let's not capitalizing on this amazing start to the game isn't as important as let's get Streveler in there. Right. Let's get him some time.
Exactly. It's like defense gets a turnover, defense makes a big play, we get the ball. Punch it in, big play, punch it in.
Or the opposite. The way that I want to start the new year, I know that we've been winning the coin toss regularly for the last couple, and we defer. I want to start the new year with the ball, and I would love to see a 4 or 5 play drive ending in 7 points, and then a 3 and out on defense for the first two drives of our team. That's it. Give me 7 points quick. I want quickly. Go out there and just destroy and annihilate that defense the way that we know that they can. And then our defense goes out there, and I just want 2 sacks and then a throw it away, 3 and out. Like, let's just dominate, because we can. We have the players. Garrett Wilson is that dude. Sauce Gardner is that dude. You know what I mean? Like, we have the guys. Let's just make it work.
Yeah, well, dude, there you have. I could not agree more. I think Tigo just slammed it home with some knowledge, man. Garrett Wilson is that dude, and Sauce Gardner is that dude. Quinton Williams is that dude. All we have to do is not overcomplicate it and allow these guys to be what they are. Tigo, I appreciate you coming on. Happy New Year, my good friend. Be safe out there, and thanks for spending some time with us.
Absolutely. Happy New Year's, guys. Stay safe out there tonight.
All right, buddy. New Year, Tigo.
All right, so Jeremy, watch this. Somebody said I'm helping them be a believer. We're going to bring on the next New Year's Jets resolution, but I want to change this first. I have a concern before. I want to just check. I want you to check something for me. For some reason, I look at this and I keep thinking that the word believes is spelled wrong. Is it spelled wrong? It's not, right?
I before E, except after C. I think it follows the rule.
All right, well, I'm going to go with it then. I didn't put. I was like, I feel so confident, but then I'm like, it just looks weird. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so, you know what? I think it's right, but let me. I can do a quick little.
Go ahead and look it up. Glenn. Why don't I just do that?
Let me call Glenn.
Glenn, hey, how do you spell believes? So, all right, let's bring on the next New Year's Jets resolutioner, our good friend. We got to spend some quality time together on opening day. Mr. Nick Shine, better known as the proud New York Jets fan, CEO. What's happening, buddy? How you doing?
What's up, brother?
How are you? Thanks for having me on. I think the issue you're having with the word believer is it follows the word jet. And those usually don't go. I think that's what's causing your brain to do a little trick there.
Yeah, it's jamming me up. It's jamming me up.
Thank you for having me on, man. It's my first time on.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. I'm happy to see you, man. Happy New Year. How you are you staying in? Are you doing anything? What's going on?
I'm in. I don't go out. I don't do the gimmicky days. I don't go out
That's
for
so
St. Patrick's
funny.
Day, Cinco de Mayo, night before Thanksgiving. I'm on the damn couch. I took an hour and a half nap during the Michigan game. It was 21-6. I fall asleep. My son's here trying to wake me up. He's like, Dad, it's 51:45. You got to watch.
Dude, you're so funny because you do partake in alcohol, correct? From time to time? Yes. So now I don't anymore, but when I did, I was a heavy drinker. I drank every day of the year except for 2 days, Nick. New Year's and St. Patty's Day. I used to call them amateur nights. I'm like, I don't go out on amateur night. I'm a pro. I drink on fucking June 3rd, a Tuesday. That's when I drink. You know what I mean? 4 p.m. You know what I'm saying? But that's so funny to hear you say that because I respect that line of thinking. Sit at home, man. Let them go. Let the maniacs go out there and do what they do to the town, and you just stay nice and warm, snug as a bug in a rug. Real quick, Nick, before I get to your New Year's Jets resolution, Merlin Mavericks, thank you for the super chat, 4.49 pounds. I love it. Getting little euros. There it is. All right. Euros, no, that's pounds. That's pounds, man. Euros are a ye and like an E, aren't they?
You're right.
Jeremy's hoping that's deli meat, 4.5 pounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Jeremy has 4.5 pounds of deli meat right by now. Happy New Year. It's gone 12 here, and what I want is a new owner and quarterback. GM is good, coach is good. Jets till I die. Well, Happy New Year, Merlin. So what he's insinuating, he's in the UK, so they've already tipped over New Year's. They're in 2023. It's funny, when I went on this morning at 9 a.m., Nick, the guys down under, Braden from New Zealand said it's been New Year's there for 3 hours already at that point. It was already 3 a.m. It was 9 a.m. He was already living in the next year. So it's kind of cool to see this clock go through our Jets fans. Like it's just happening all over the world. Very, very cool.
It's the NORAD tracker for adults.
Yeah, right. It's like the Santa Claus thing for NORAD.
You follow NORAD, follow Santa on Christmas Eve. Now we get to see through your YouTube channel, everybody celebrating around the world.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. That's a good way to look at it, man. So real quick, Merlin, I don't think we're getting a new owner. So I wouldn't get too caught up on that one. But the quarterback, look, it's new no matter how you slice it. It's definitely not Zach Wilson. And it's not going to be Joe Flacco. So it might be Mike White. Let's see how he goes the rest of this year. If he gets us into the playoffs, wins a Super Bowl or something, then I think we keep him. If not, we'll address that. But Nick, what do you think? You think Mike White's the guy? No? Just like that, huh?
No,
he doesn't like Mike White.
No, it's not that I don't like Mike White. I haven't seen enough to like Mike White yet. When the game is close and the game matters, 0 points in Buffalo in the first half, 6 points in Minnesota in the first half, down by 2 scores, starts moving the ball. I don't want to call it stat padding, but it's almost stat padding, right? Because you're down 20-6, and now all of a sudden things start to click, right? And now Minnesota's called off the dogs a little bit. I know I'm going to get heat for this comment.
Disagree. 100%, Nick. How is it stat padding when you bring it to the end of the game and literally if you catch the ball, it's a fucking win? That's called football. That's a game, buddy.
I get it. But when the game is close and the game plan, everyone scripts their first 15 plays. We're not getting in the end zone in the first 15 plays.
I'm telling you that. Yeah, so, I don't. Hey, look, I'm with it.
And I'm not just
now, have you seen enough though to dislike Mike White? That's the question. I haven't seen enough to be sold. I'm with that. Have you seen enough to dislike him?
No, I'm not sold, but I'm not done with him. I think it's still to be determined. There's a lot of pages left in this book to write. I think it's a cool story. I think that the way the team responds to him, there's something to be said there. Jeremy knows because we're in a chat together. I don't think any quarterback can win with us right now if the line keeps blocking as poorly as they have the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Michael Vick in his prime would be running for his life. So, I mean, if we're not, I've coached Pop Warner for years with my son. I told kids then, you don't block, you don't score. You don't block, you don't pass. You don't block, you don't run. You don't block, you don't win. I don't care who carries the ball. If everybody blocks, I can carry the ball 60 yards if everyone's doing their job blocking.
Yeah.
So it's.
I don't know if you could actually run 60 full yards.
I
but
ruptured
you
my
can-
ACL. I got like surgery pending.
Ah, see, right. You know, you can't. It sucks, man. You fucking your hopes and dreams of being an NFL star are dashed on the rocks.
That's exactly what I said to the doctor. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's ruptured." I ruptured my ACL, tore my PCL, tearing my meniscus, tearing my outer meniscus, and I look at the doctor. I go, "So you're saying my combine chances are small?"
Yeah.
Like,
so can I not run at the combine?
Yeah.
That's what I need to know.
And what's cool, my kids got me this cup. It's like a tumbler for Christmas. It's perfect. Dad, no matter what life throws at you, at least you don't have ugly children.
Yeah, there you go.
There's been a lot getting thrown at me lately, so I got that box checked.
Right. You did something right. And and if anybody knows, it's them, right? It's them. They know if they're good looking or not. They know what you did. So Nick, let me ask you, New Year's Jets resolution. If you had your druthers, what would you hope that the Jets were able to do starting 2023, which is obviously tomorrow, but going into next season? New Year's Jets resolution, what do you got?
I was torn on a couple of them, and I think everything, it's kind of similar to what Adams was. Be respected by other fans, by the league, by opponents, just in general. Don't be the drama Jets and the Geno getting punched, or fights on the sideline like you said with Santonio Holmes, the butt fumble. Let's stop getting recognition for being awful. Let's start to get the respect. We were getting it, right? AVT and Hall. People were looking at us like, oh, there's something here. This team is gonna be legit. And then I think shut up and sit in your chair.
I had to put that up. I don't want to distract you. Go ahead.
So just be respected, right? Be that organization that doesn't have any red flags, that the GM, the owner, the coach, we don't have to put fires out anymore. Just be that well-functioning organization where there's no turnover in the front office or on the sideline. Some of the reasons why the Packers, the Steelers, the Patriots can be so good over the course of time, because you're never changing coaches. You're never changing the scheme. You're never trying to then draft players to fit your new schemes and filter out the old players, which we've done. We've gone 4-3-3-4, 4-3-3-4, back and forth like a seesaw. So just have consistency as an organization and become respected. I think we're there. There's signs of it. But the way people look at the Jets outside, it's still like we're still like, haha, like the little kid.
Well, totally, because of the collapse, dude. If we would have just kept it going, if we could have won 3 of these before this, 2 even, if we could have won 2 more, you know what I mean? Like, it would be a different story. The fact that we were 6-3 going in the bye, beat Buffalo, this collapse gives every asshole all the ammunition they need to keep up what you're talking about right here. The Stones are still coming. The Snicker. We knew it. They suck. We knew it. Brady Quinn's sitting there writing his article. So I had it flipped. I'm technically right. He's going to say all that shit. We have to win tomorrow for that shit that you're talking about to stop. I mean, maybe next year we can do it, but it's definitely, if we lose tomorrow, it's going to continue all the way to week 1 next week. I personally would rather not deal with that again, Nick.
I'm with you. That's why it's my resolution, buddy.
I love it. I'm just supporting you. All right, man. Well, listen, tell your son I said hello and Happy New Year to him and the rest of your family, Nick. And thank you for taking a few minutes to stop by. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year, guys. Jeremy, don't overeat, all right? You sloth.
This is his last night. He's doing it.
It's my last. It really is. I mean, tomorrow's it actually, and then once I go back to work, it's super diet. So yeah, I'm gonna go nuts in the next 24 hours.
Nick,
he's at midnight. He's gonna have
exactly.
In his mouth,
before you go, Nick, he started this New Year's is my last. New Year's Eve like 4 months ago. He's like New Year. He's like, it was like fucking summer.
It was the New Year of the Jet season. Now it's the new calendar year.
Exactly. We were celebrating 4th of July, and he's talking about New Year's, man. I'm gonna fucking put some more sauerkraut on this.
When's Chinese New Year? So your next
that's what he's talking about. That's what he said. All right,
thank
Nick
you so
Shine,
much,
everybody.
guys. Go
Yeah,
Jets.
man.
God bless everyone. Be safe and healthy. Have a good
Happy
one.
New Year, buddy. Happy
You
New
too,
Year.
guys. Take care.
There he goes, Nick Shine, proud New York Jets fans. Yeah. So, look, we got just like that, instantaneously. We have another guy popping in to say hello. What's up, O'Leary? Happy New Year.
There he is.
What's up, gentlemen? Happy New Year, my friends. How you guys doing?
We're just hanging out trying to get some New York Jets resolutions. Matt, I just heard a stat. Maybe you heard this, maybe you didn't. I want to give it to you anyway.
Okay.
Do you know, as you probably know, the New York Jets are the only team in the NFL, the entirety of 2022, that have not drawn a roughing the passer penalty. We have not drawn one. We're the only team. At the same time, this is what's new to me. We are the second most in the NFL for getting flagged for roughing the passer. Do you think what you think there's something to this, Matt? What am I looking at here?
That's kind of hilarious, actually. That's why you can't that's this kind of stuff you just can't make up. I did know the first part. The second part to your stat, I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I can't say that I'm surprised. JFM has how many?
JFM leads the league.
Yeah.
I bet he does. He's got at least two.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my God. So Matt, what are you doing on New Year's Eve? You laying low? You going out? What's going on?
I just got back. I got to Taylor's literally right now, and I saw both Jeremy and you sent a link to the stream. So I said, "This is important. I got to hop on real quick." So we went to Huntington to see Chris Stefano, a comedian, and that was at 7:00.
How was it?
Fun show, really good show.
Yeah,
I thought he was funnier this time than in his special. We saw him. I think his special was a year or two ago, and we went to that too. That was awesome. But yeah, it was great. It was a good time. And now we're kind of just gonna take it easy, have a few drinks, watch the ball drop, and take in the new year.
Yeah, and call this one a wrap. Start fresh 2023 with a big old-fashioned Jets win. Here, let me show you this thing real quick, Matt. I don't know if you saw it. I wanna show you something, and then we'll get your New Year's Jets resolution, and then I'll let you go. Matt, what do you think of this?
All right, let's see. I did. Well, you posted that yesterday, right?
I've been posting it for 3 days. I'm all over the place. I just keep showing. I can't get enough of it. I love it to death. I love it.
There's another thing. I showed this to Taylor, and we had a good laugh the other day. I was scrolling on Instagram in bed. I was like, "Hey, look at this," and we laughed. This is phenomenal.
There you go. I like it. So, Matt, I'm going to let you go to town. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm so grateful that you took a minute to hang out with us. What is your New York Jets resolution? And what that means is starting 2023, what are you hoping that the Jets put together in 2023? What do you hope? What do you think they will? How's it going to go in 2023 if you had your druthers?
Okay, I bet this is going to be a popular one tonight, so I'm going to take it anyway, though. Figure out the quarterback situation. That's all I care about.
That's it.
Everything else is there. They have the talent at running back. They have the talent at receiver. Obviously, you could use some offensive line help, but the defense is elite. If they just had some semblance of a legit quarterback to lead this team for a few years, they'd be in really, really good spot. Maybe it's Mike White. Maybe he balls out, tomorrow on New Year's Day and wins a playoff game or two. And, then you ride with him, or a veteran option. I really don't care how it happens.
Right.
I just want, that's all I want, man. Like I said, it don't matter to me who it is, how they get them. I just want it really bad.
I love it. I can tell you what, man, can you imagine Mike White just goes out there? Tigo was on early. He said all he wants to see is the team actually click, like the offense and defense at the same time, same game, all clicking. Imagine that starts tomorrow. Mike White gets us into the playoffs, takes us deep, and we know we got our guy. Does that make you happy, or are you going into 2023 nervous?
No, I'd be happy. I'd be happy to eat crow and say I was very wrong about Mike White. And I'm happy that I was wrong. Contrary to, or I guess surprised that I actually root for the Jets and I don't have these agendas and want these things, GreenBean. I know, like, you run into, yeah, right. You run into it. These guys, they root for their players. I don't care how it happens. I just want the Jets to win games. And if Mike White's the guy and throws for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns again, fantastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'd even be happy if you guys looked at the game and you're like, is that a big white beard coming out of that guy's face mask and it's just some old man running out, but he's good. But I'd be happy with that guy too. I don't care. He's got old fluffy white beard. I'd be happy with me out there. I think I would. But yeah, I think that's good, man. Get our quarterback situation all ironed out for how about for like 7 years? You know what I mean? We have one guy. 7 years? Is that too much to ask, Matt? 7 fucking years?
Some of these guys are getting 15. Some of these teams are getting 15, 20 years from one guy. I was going to say 5, but 7. Yeah,
I know. 5. I know. I would just our quarterback for the next 5 years. That's it. We don't want to talk about quarterback for 5 years. That'd be delightful. So, all right. Listen, Matt, thank you for coming on, man. Tell your wonderful, lovely lady I said Happy New Year. And you guys enjoy the rest of the night, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, guys. Have a good rest of the stream. All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro.
There he goes, Matt O'Leary. We got somebody else that just popped in too. I think he's good. He popped in, he popped out, he popped in.
Is it this guy? Is it this guy?
I don't know what that means. Is
Guns?
Oh, Gun. Yeah, it is that guy. Let's say hello to the situation report himself. Let's say Happy New Year to Gunny. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, man. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year, man. Hey, Chaos, appreciate the invite, man. Freaking GreenBean, this is an honor, bro. Like, Chaos hit me up like 10 minutes ago, and he's like, hey, you want to jump on GreenBean stream real quick and go ahead and spit out your New Year's resolution for the Jets? You're damn right I do. I'm currently at a party right now. I was like, I need to find an office or a quiet space.
Yeah.
to go ahead and jump on a live stream real quick. So, honored to be with you guys, man. Honored to be with you guys. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, well, we're good, man. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you took out a few minutes. That's what I was saying. I got like a few answers like, I'm at a party. I'm at a bar. I'm like, dude, step outside, smoke a cigarette. Just say hello. Just say hello. That's it. So it's New Year's Eve, man. We're talking about New York Jets, New Year's resolutions going into 2023. It just so happens that starts tomorrow with a game against our previous quarterback. So if you had your if you had your choice of things that can happen starting tomorrow, what do you want to see the New York Jets pull together in 2023?
If it can start tomorrow, I'm really keen on us just ending this playoff drought, man. Like, I know the Jets have given us a lot of quality ball this season. I mean, when we all started at the beginning of the season, I watched your stream, Chaos' stream. The majority of individuals were like, you know what? We just want to see competent, meaningful football in December. We want to get an answer on Zach Wilson. We want to see if he's the guy or not, right? And that's what we were asking for. Again, the bar got moved a little bit because we started off hot. And now, naturally, we're like, I want to see playoffs. I think playoffs is the only answer that's going to make me feel good about this season. But ultimately, man, I think we're in a position right now to where it's very much in reach, right? The football gods continue to give us opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to get to this position. Handle business. Our defense is literally a top 5 defense, an elite defense. So tomorrow, I want to see those guys take over the game. I think Mike White coming back should give the offensive spark. I would love to see a complimentary football from the offense, the special teams, the defense. It's 2023. Let's wipe the slate clean. Let's go ahead and go 2-0 in 2023 and get into the playoffs. That's what I want to see starting tomorrow.
Jeremy, is that too much to ask? All he wants to do is end the playoffs. We got O'Leary. He wants a quarterback. Tigo says, I just want the team to click, offensive and defense on the same time. You're saying, I just want to end the play. I mean, I think we're realistic guys.
We're reasonable. We're being reasonable.
Right. I don't think we're asking for too much. You got all these spoiled brats fans. They all talk about Super Bowls. We haven't said Super Bowl in a decade. Nope. We don't even jinx it by saying the word Super Bowl. We know.
No. We just want meaningful, quality football. And you know what? Get us to the playoffs. It's been a while. We would appreciate it. And that's it. We're not a selfish fan base. We're a very, very knowledgeable fan base. And I think asking for the little things, we understand how it could lead to the bigger things.
Yeah, I love it. I'm with you, man. And I think it should start tomorrow. Dude, we have a really golden opportunity, man. Like, we really do. I know we're heading out west. You know, that's a tough trip. I know we're playing a very loud fan base. They're in the playoff hunt, too. We're really in the same exact spot, just about. Same record. So they're going to be hungry, too, and they have a boatload of talent. Realistically, before I let you go back to the party, we win in tomorrow.
I think so. I think ultimately what it boils down to is that defense shows up, a healthy Quentin Williams. I think Sauce Gardner has a little bit of salt in regards to this whole controversial conversation of him or Woolen being like defensive rookie of the year. I think tomorrow he wants to put that to bed, going up against a DK Metcalf or a Lockett, whichever it might be. We know DJ Reed feels a specific type of way because he was snubbed from his Pro Bowl berth this year. And I think we're going to see those. And he was also a former freaking Seahawk. There's so many components to this game tomorrow that aligns with, listen, if you wanted the Cinderella story to go ahead and really pop off, tomorrow is it. And I think tomorrow we're going to come out victorious. Mike White coming back, rejuvenates the offense. I've got the Jets winning this game 27-10 tomorrow.
Ooh, I'll take 27-10, man. I love it. And I happen to agree. I think a lot would have to go wrong for us to lose this game. That's the way. I mean, 100%. We'd have to really come out flat and everything like that. And I don't think we're gonna, man. I liked what CJ Mosley said this week about being pissed off, having to watch from home and all that stuff. So I'm with you, man. Well, listen, go get back to the party. Is your wife there with you?
She is. You want me to bring her on real quick?
Well, no. I want to keep it, but I wanted you to extend a happy New Year to her.
Will do.
Yeah,
all right,
she's the
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Happy New Year. Thanks for having me on, Chaos. Appreciate the invite, brother. You guys have a good night. Happy New Year. I'll see y'all in 2023.
All right, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. There he goes. Gunny, New York Jets situation report himself. Now, look, we have another guest right away. This is kind of cool. They're working it out. Like very little overlap. It's like boom, boom, boom. Let's say hello to one of our faves, man. One of our absolute faves. Loyal New York Jets fan himself.
Wow.
Let's say hello to Ali. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Think we're okay. I think we're all right.
How's everything going?
You know, I don't know. What are you doing for New Year's? You just hanging low? You doing anything later? What's going on?
I was planning on going out, but I'm kind of trying to save my energy for tomorrow. So I didn't want to go out and doing much. So the hookah is launched right now. It's heating up right now. And after this stream, that's what I'm going to be doing. So,
there you go.
Watching the Georgia game. The Georgia game is a really good game right now. So,
you know what? I gotta put a game on. What channel is I'm watching the Jaguars Broncos 1996 AFC division. I'm not really watching it, but
I think it's ESPN.
ESPN. All right, let me see here.
I think.
Yeah, I'd like to throw on some good football right now.
Ali, are we gonna get season 2 of that Game of Thrones Dragons? You think that's coming out in 23?
I hope so.
I know, right? I'm like dying for it already. I can't wait.
Because I feel like that's what they did with like the initial Game of Thrones, right? They were like, okay, we need to introduce all these characters, and that's why people are not preaching this series yet, because it was kind of introducing, so there's not much of a story. It was kind of dragging for most of the story, but I think when they get the new seasons going, I think people are gonna actually start liking it because they're gonna finally have like fights, like wars and stuff like that going in it. So I'm excited for it. I'm very excited.
They're getting ready for some big shit up there, and what's the name of the place where the girl and her uncle stay? What's the name of that castle? What's their castle? Not River. They're at Dragonstone, aren't they?
Dragonstone.
Yeah. They're getting some bad. Now the thing is, I got real nerdy with Game of Thrones, though, like real nerdy, and I read the whole backstory. So I know all this shit. I know kind of what happens, but it's still great to see it. I can't get enough Game of Thrones. Ali, did you buy like The World of Ice and Fire, that big book that he made?
I have not ordered it yet because I'm reading another book right now. So I'm just pacing myself with the books.
There you go. You can only read one at a time, really.
Yeah.
Maybe you can read more. I don't know. But real quick, before we get into your resolution, Ali, I want to just address Merlin. He's in the UK, so it's already 2023 for him, Ali. But he says, in this draft coming up, which quarterback would you draft? Now, I'll throw that. I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't taken too much time to dig into the prospects yet. I'm enjoying the season. That said, if we did take a quarterback, I'll throw this to both of you. If we did, what round do you think it would be? You think we'd take one up top, or you think we'd maybe draft a developmental guy and sign a vet? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Ali, I'll start with you. If we took a quarterback, what round do you think it is? Or do you have a name? That'd be cool too.
I mean, I have no names. I haven't looked at the draft at one bit, but I probably would go like 5th round, if anything, to draft a quarterback because I'm done drafting quarterbacks. I'm absolutely done with that. I'm more of just going getting veteran, and I'm on board with that one because this team is a quarterback away pretty much for competing. So um, I'm not going to draft a quarterback if maybe 5th round if we drop Zach Wilson for some reason and just go in the 5th round, maybe start completely fresh in the quarterback room. But I would say like 5th or 6th round to go good at quarterback.
All right, 5th or 6th round. That's right. We got to find out what happens with the Robinson pick. It looks like we're kind of ensuring that it's a 6th. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like anyway. Jeremy, any interest in a quarterback, or you thinking vet as well?
Well, I agree with Ali that I wouldn't want to waste a prime pick on it. Like if they wanted to pick some developmental guy at the end that they really like, fine. I have one little exception to that. It's not going to happen, but if it did, because of his ACL injury, if that guy from Tennessee, Hooker, if that the kid Hooker from Tennessee, if he was to slip to the 3rd round, probably not going to happen. Almost definitely not going to happen. But because of his ACL, if he did, I would be perfectly fine with picking him and getting like that kind of bargain because he was hurt kind of thing and taking a shot. But other than that, I don't want to see it. I want to go with the proven veteran. We have a team that's ready to win and compete right now. Let's see what Mike White does the rest of the way. If he's not the answer, or if we don't know if he's the answer, bring in somebody else. Just people we know are competent. We need a proven, competent quarterback because we got the juice right now.
Got the juice. So look, if a like a top echelon type of quarterback supposed to be like a late 1st, early 2nd, if he makes it to the 3rd or something, I don't know. You know what I'm hoping? I'm with Ali, man, and you really, but I just hope it's vets. I mean, if we want to take a guy, he's number 3, and you want to just keep him on the team for a couple of years, he's purely developmental, and in a couple of years you can see what you got. Fine. If it's not Mike White, fine. Then we go get a vet. If it's Derek Carr, if it's Minshew, if you trade the entire team to try to get Aaron Rodgers and leave him with nothing to work with, because he costs $49 million next year, or whatever it is. I don't care. Whatever Joe Douglas has to do, I want a competent vet. I'm tired. I'm tired of watching them, the growing pains. He's only had 1 year. He's only had a year and a half. He's only had 2 seasons. It's only his 3rd season. I'm sick of it. It's been 30 years of this crap. You know what I mean? It's just watching these young guys, and this fan base, especially now, it's over, man. Like we're not patient enough to let a guy actually develop here unless he comes out like a rocket ship. So I'm with you, man. I wouldn't do it. Now, Ali, New York Jets resolution. That's kind of the theme of the night. So if you had your choice, like what would you like to see? And it can start tomorrow because tomorrow starts 2023. But what do you think you'd like to see the Jets take care of? Where will we go? What do we address this coming year?
I think they need to start a trend in 2023, and that's to be competitive in the playoffs consistently. I think we're not asking for Super Bowl. We're not asking for that. We're asking for a competitive team that has a chance to go there to the big game. And I think that's what we want as a Jets fan base, because you have a young squad on this football team that is ready to work. And if you don't start winning, these guys are going to start leaving. So you need to start winning football games and start competing, because you're also in a New York market. So when you start winning games, you're going to get star players that want to come play for your football team. And I feel like that maybe if the Jets somehow make the playoffs this year, and there's a very good chance, free agency might get very interesting because people might want to come play for us. We can go trade and get people for this team to get better. So what they need to establish is just be relevant for the next couple of years and just be there for this team, because we have not seen competitive football, and we're already talking about draft talk in like October. And
right.
Usually, and this is the first year in a long time we're like, okay, we're right there. We're really right there for the playoffs. The wild card spots are right in front of us. We just need to win 2 games, and that's all we have to pray for. So if they can just keep that consistency starting this year in 2023 that's coming up, and they continue that, that's a huge squad. I love the coaching staff that we have in place. We all love the staff, the upper management with Joe Douglas. You like the wide receivers that you have on the team. You love the defense, a top 5 defense in the league, and they'll keep getting better. And you still can make upgrades on the offensive line. And you get a lot of guys back next year from injury. So you have a team that's ready to win now and make a splash. You just need to get a quarterback and somehow just hit on a quarterback, because that's another way, I guess, another resolution. Find your damn quarterback, but not in the draft.
I'm with, dude. I think that was perfectly said, man. And I like the idea of players actually wanting to come here. We saw a little bit of it last year, because anybody coming here in years past, Ali, is because we paid them. That's what it was. We gave him $1 million, $2 million, in CJ Mosley's case, $5 million more per year than anybody else was offering. So now it's about Joe Douglas being able to continue to balance this budget. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing him with a scenario that he doesn't have just $70-80 million in cap space, and he doesn't have to rebuild the foundation. Now we're talking about fitting pieces in and balancing the budget. Guys wanting to come here and not needing the extra jet tax money is going to be so important if we're going to be able to attract anybody here. I think we're going to see some guys, man, especially a quarterback. Look around, dude. Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Denzel Mims, if Corey Davis is back. You got Breece Hall, Bam Knight, Michael Carter. We got the tight ends. You got Ruckert. He hasn't even gotten in yet, you know, and we have him on the back burner. A quarterback would look at this and go, holy shit, man. Like, how does somebody fail with this many guys around that can actually play high quality football? I mean, with Garrett Wilson way up top, man. And I think any quarterback would love to have Garrett Wilson. So, yeah, man. Well, listen, Ali.
I think he needs 4 yards, right? Garrett Wilson needs 4 yards to get 1,000.
Is that what it is?
4 yards. 4 yards.
4 yards.
Amazing. With that quarterback play that we've had this year, it's incredible.
Well, look, so he's still got 2 games, right? And he's done very, very well with Mike White. I mean, he has had a couple nice games with Zach, too, to be fair. But he's also had some really bad games. I think one game he had 6 yards or 12 yards or something like that. Unbelievable. It's a travesty for Garrett Wilson to have under 20 yards in a game. But yeah, man, like, he's got 2 games. Maybe we have a 1,200-yard receiver as a rookie, and then he would nail down offensive rookie of the year. I think he's going to, I mean, unless he falls off a cliff right here and, maybe Kenneth Walker keeps going or something, I think he's the offensive rookie of the year. And that's crazy because Breece Hall was the offensive rookie of the year. You think he's going to win it, Ali?
Garrett, yeah. I mean, if he can stack up 2 good games as well, and I believe he will, I think he'll have decent games. I think he can, in 2 games, I think I can see him having maybe like 180 yards in both combined with
in
both,
one game. I hear you. In one game.
and 2 touchdowns and 2 or 3 touchdowns I could see, because they're gonna, like, Joe Robert Salah actually was like, I think this week he was like, the teams are forcing them to throw the damn ball. So I think this is the time where LaFleur is gonna be like, okay, I got Mike White back. I'm gonna feed Garrett Wilson and show them what we got on Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson's gonna have a great game against the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think so too, man. One thing I'll point out to you, Ali, before I let you go, just want to say this because it's spooky. The last New Year's Day that I know with Geno was Rex's last day as the Jets head coach. Did you see that? Geno Smith had the best game of his young career, and probably until this year in the Seahawks. So hopefully we don't see that shit again. He's played well New Year's Day, but I want to see us be able to take care
of it. But we also were just, that game didn't really matter, right?
It did not matter. Well, it mattered because we wanted to ruin our draft position. So yes, it mattered very, very much because we won it and went back like 4 spots because of that one.
The thing is, our defense is much better than what the Dolphins' defense was that game when he went off on that Rex Ryan game on New Year's. Our defense is going to give him hell the entire game, and he knows that for a fact. Kenneth Walker is the only way to move that damn ball, and they're going to have to feed him constantly. And the thing is, the Jets are still sucking on those screens. They're going to try to dump it off to Kenneth Walker all game to get screens and let him run, because that's how the Jets defense collapses. But if he tries to throw it, we trust our cornerbacks. They're 2 all-pro cornerbacks back there for us. And I think our pass rush is elite. So I think Gino will have a long day. But then Jets just need to get turnovers. We need to get turnovers. That's the most important thing. We just have not gotten the ball to give the offense a little bit more momentum in the game. So if they can just do that for us, I think Mike White will toss some touchdowns tomorrow, hopefully. And hopefully we're still in the playoff hunt.
That's it. It's all about tomorrow. Ali, if we win tomorrow, all 17 games of our 2022 season meant something. Can you imagine? What a world. What a world, man. All right, we're going to move on to the next guest. Ali, you're the best, man. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to come on. We'll have you on the Thursday show in the next couple weeks. We'll get you on for a more proper spot if you're available. Sound good?
Sounds good. All right, you guys have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year. There he goes. Loyal New York Jets fans. Ali himself. Jets, I want to say real quick, Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Happy New Year, my good friend. He's unable to come on, but he stopped over anyway, and he said, Happy New Year's. Can't hop on, but my New Year's resolution, positive vibes only. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Jeremy? Positive vibes.
Positive vibes mean think positive. Let's be positive. No negativity. Let's not talk about the offensive line. Let's talk about let's talk about Mike White doing good. Mike effing White leading the team.
Yeah. So speaking of positive vibes, let's bring on our next guest. Now, Jeremy, can you see the green room? I forget.
I can't. I see the back chat, so I know who it is, but I don't see the green room.
Oh, there he is. Okay, you can see. Oh, there you go. That's a good way to see it. All right, let's say hello to the man himself, Italy Jet. What's happening, my man? Happy New Year.
My
hey,
how's it going, guys? Happy New Year. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, what do you think's going to happen tomorrow?
I mean, I think we can all agree that it's tough to play in Seattle, but I think that we have a little bit of the upside because it looks like we're getting all of our guys back. And they have a lot of injuries, especially Walker as well in the running game. That's going to hurt a little bit. Lockett, you never know what's going to happen. But I mean, I love what Sauce Gardner and Reed have been doing all year. I love what we have going into this game. So I think it's going to be dope. I'm going to be stressed, but hey, it's the Jets, right? It's the Jets, right? It's always they always got to make it close.
Hell yeah! There's no way to to do this without stress, my friend. Now you know what else is going to make it more stressful. I've been talking about this. Now I'm rooting for the Dolphins to beat the Pats just so we can get that off of our docket. But I'm letting everybody know right now it ain't happening. Why? Stress. The NFL, the football gods, they love to make it as stressful as possible for us. Therefore, just brace yourselves, man. The Pats are winning tomorrow, so we can push the whole kit and caboodle to Week 18. But we got to win, and that's the whole thing, man. We have to win. Now, let me ask you real quick before we get to your New Year's Jets resolution. Mike White, what do you think? You have any illusions one way or the other? Do you think he's just kind of he's playing better than Zach is right now, but he's not a big deal? Or do you think that he has the potential to be our guy? Where do you stand with Mike White?
Well, for the fact that guy that keeps coming back after being cut 4 times, that's something special right there.
That's a good point.
I think he's putting up the numbers that you want out of a starting quarterback in the NFL, but I'm at the point right now where get us through these next 2 games. Have a quarterback competition next year, but I like him. I like him. He does things that you want a quarterback to do in the NFL, a starter, because we know Zach Wilson has been struggling, but overall, I like him. I hope he comes back next year, 3-year contract, throw it in there next year. And then we'll see what happens. But I like him for these last 2 games.
I do too. I have to be honest. And I'm really excited that it's him. I mean, look, if it was Streveler, I'd be rooting just as hard, of course, but I actually feel like this could be the shot in the arm. The team was playing well with him. Now, look, we dropped the pass in Minnesota. Garrett Wilson's foot went out of bounds. But that's how close that game really was. The next game in Buffalo, sure, we lost it, but that was a 1-score game. And if C.J. Mosley didn't have that freak out and jump over the fucking pile on 4th and inches, then that's a whole different game. So Mike White's level of football that he's been, the whole team when Mike White is there, is good enough to win. I think if he's healthy and he could just be what he's been, I think we can win this game, man. I feel pretty good. Now, let me just say this, too. We were talking about, just a second ago, we were talking about when Geno Smith had that fantastic game, the one I was at. Now, just for anybody who's just popping on, I'll show you real quick. This is the day. Geno Smith, I'm going to show you. This is me meeting Rex about 4 or 5 hours before he got fired. This is the day that Geno Smith he went off. That's down there in Miami. I got to meet Rex. You see, I got the nice sideline passes there. I'm very, very, very important. And that's why I was able to do that. But CBS caught it, and my friends clipped it, and there it is. But Geno Smith went off that day, and I forget my point, Jeremy. So what's my point? What was my point? What was I talking about? Oh, this is what – so when Geno Smith won that game, the 2015 draft was the next draft. Right? Mm-hmm. So we ended up having the 6th overall pick, which we chose Leonard Williams. Word on the street was if we had the 4th overall pick, we would have taken Amari Cooper. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? We probably wouldn't have him anymore anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree that, especially back in those days too, they're only here for like what 2 or 3 years, and then see what happens afterwards. So I totally get what you're coming from, because it's like it's like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. I know people wanted Sam Darnold, but we could have gotten those guys too. Or I mean, could have gotten more than Sapp, but we got Brady, right? So
yeah, that's the way it goes.
So it's definitely one of those things. Back in those days, it was. Now we got JD. It's good, and even Gase had something to do with it. So, hey, mazel tov.
I know. We just got to hope all that shit is in the past. Mazel tov, Jeremy. Jeremy's over there. He's eating all kinds of Cat's Deli. He's mazel toffing it up, man. Jeremy's in the zone, man. So, hey, listen, before I forget, too, when you I'm going to hear your resolution, and then we'll move on to the next. But if you could give DK the link, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we were able to send it to him. I have his email somewhere. I don't know. I got to get his actual number, I think. But if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and send the link. Let him know. He's welcome to pop on too if he has a minute. But yeah, man. So look, it's 2023. It's New Year's Eve. We have an hour and 52 minutes left of the 2022 year-end season. 2023 coming up. What's your Jets resolution? What do you think the Jets should be taken care of? What do you want to see in 2023?
Consistency. I want consistency all around the board. I know we have a lot of decisions we got to make next year regarding everything because we have a lot of one-year contracts. I want us to see us get a safety, a linebacker, address all the O-line issues, address the quarterback position, see what they're going to do with the floor, because I think Olbrook and Boyer are pretty safe in my mind, even Salah, and I don't think JD's going to go anywhere. But overall, I just want to see consistency. This team is too damn good to not miss the playoffs this year, and I think even next year, I think this is the first time in a long time that I've felt really good about this team, and it's showing. We just got to get there, got to be consistent, got to get there. So that's me, consistency.
And you know what has to happen? Number one, I agree with you 100%. You know what has to happen, everybody? Italy Jets speaking the truth. What has to happen in order for consistency to take place is we got to stop fucking firing everybody every 25 seconds. You got to stop. Let people actually overcome difficulties. Give them a second, and then we'll see how they do after that, and then we can fire them, of course. But, in order to be consistent, we got to keep guys around. That's why I'm so excited for them to just give Quinnen Williams a damn contract. Right? I don't want to wait till the middle of next year. I don't want to wait till the end. Just give him a contract so we know he's a Jet for the next 5 friggin' years.
Hey, give him anything he wants, honestly. I mean, he deserves it.
I'm with it. Well, listen, Italy Jet, what's your actual name again, by the way?
You know what?
No, Gino. You don't want to do it?
It's Gino.
Gino. Oh, look at that. Gino Smith. Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Bad omen, buddy. Well,
But,
Gino, the Italy Jet, the Italian Stallion, I appreciate you taking out a few minutes, man. Oh, you know what? If you can send it to Mr. Show too, if you wouldn't mind, from the Jet Show.
I couldn't
I'd
find
love
him,
to have
so,
him. Did you already send it to him, Jeremy?
I couldn't find him, so it'd be really helpful if you could.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
of those guys, just let them know. I'd be happy to have them on for a few minutes.
Yeah,
But listen, man,
sure.
I'm glad you were able to come on, and
problem.
and I love your resolution, man. Enjoy the rest of New Year's.
You too, guys. Be safe tomorrow and be safe tonight. I wish your families nothing but awesome and happiness. And let's go Jets.
Yeah,
Don't
let's
spill
go
any gravy
Jets.
on that white shirt, man. No gravy on the white shirt, all right?
Don't eat any meatballs.
Don't be talking about gravy right now. All right, fellas.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Happy
you.
New
You have
Year.
a good one.
See ya. There he goes, Italy Jet. No, Jeremy, I'm going to let you do yours because it's weird. I wasn't intending to keep you on this long. I wasn't. I'm so used to having you here that I just fucking didn't even think about it. I swear, I was like, wait a second, what's Jeremy doing here?
You just can't get rid of it.
You're like, I'm giving you a gift. That's what this is. Or you're giving me a gift. I'll do it that way.
It's a gift.
Yeah. So let's do Timmy Land Jones. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Happy New Year. Catching a live bean stream and Jets win tomorrow from the middle of Joshua Tree. Oh, dude. Good for you. I only got to do a little bit of outskirty in Joshua Tree. I didn't spend any real quality time there. It hurts my heart. It's one of those places like Teton, Yellowstone, Joshua Tree. I didn't get to go to those places, and it's like top 5 of places I'm like upset that we didn't get to hit on the road. Did you hit Joshua Tree, Jeremy?
Never. I've done the others. Yellowstone. I've done Teton. I've done so many of them, but Grand Canyon and Bryce. But I never have. I've never done the Joshua Tree, unfortunately.
Yeah, sad. But yeah, man, look, dude, we're going to win. Now, Jeremy and I are going to go live. The game starts at 4:05. I set the live stream for 3:35 to give us 30 minutes. But I got to tell you, I might just second half of the Patriots Dolphins game. I might just jump on. You available for that?
For tomorrow?
Like if we just started it in the middle of the Pats game, what do you think?
Yeah, anytime you want. Just tell me what time. Yeah, I'll be good.
All right, maybe I'll invite that Peckerhead, Master Exploder, or whatever the fuck his name is. I'll get him on. What do you think? Especially if they lose, I'm gonna be like, hey, you want to come on? That'd be funny. So yeah, man, thank you, Timmy. Let's get to some comments, Jeremy. Now, no. I almost forgot again. What's your New Year's resolution for 2023?
Well, what I want for the team, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want for the team.
Why? What do you want for yourself? You can tell us that one too.
Well, we all know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to change my nickname. I'm gonna have to change my nickname and my whole membership program on my channel away from Snacks because I'm gonna be the opposite of Snacks for a long time.
We're gonna be calling you the Thursday Thin of It.
Yeah.
The Thin of It, Jeremy and the Thin of It. That's what we've been calling them.
But for the Jets, you know what I want for the Jets? Honestly, health. I am so tired. I'm so tired of wondering what could have been. Last year it was like with Becton and with all the injuries last year, but then this year, losing Becton again, and then all the tackles coming in and out and the musical chairs of tackles, and then losing within 15 minutes of each other, losing AVT and losing Breece Hall. It's agonizing. And
it is agonizing.
And it's
terrible.
Worst. It's the worst because it leaves you thinking, what if? I don't want it to be a wish. Like if they're gonna win, they're gonna win. What I want more than anything is win or lose or whatever they're gonna do. I don't want to sit there and wonder what if. I just want it to be our team. I want it to be the team that JD drafted, that he put together. And just for once, let us be the team that we're in the top 6 on the other side of the coin in non-injuries. And then we get to have our team play, and that's my wish. That's my wish for the Jets this year.
I like that wish. Now, did you, as far as yourself, what's your specific goals? Like, what are you trying to do? You trying to get down to 105 pounds or something? What are you trying? How tall are you first?
I'm about 5'11".
5'11". Doesn't Jeremy look, I would tell you, I say it again. I said it before, but I don't know. Jeremy, he looked like he was about 5'7" to me. And I saw him. I was literally walked out of the car. I said, "Whoa, what the fuck is that? What is this? Who are you?"
That's all you can talk about. You were acting like I was Matt O'Leary.
Well, by relatively speaking, that's what it felt like. But for your, so what is your goal for your girlish figure?
190 would be fine. I mean, it used to be like 175, for that height, but like 190 for someone who's over 50 years old would be fine. Because you're going to have a little bit of extra meat when you get older,
Right.
But 190 would be fine. 190 is, everybody just being that. There's a guy who stays fit. There's a guy who stays in shape and everything, and takes care of himself.
Can I ask, where are you now? You're trying to get down to 190. That would be a great goal. Where are you now? 230?
Oh, worse than that. It's about 243 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad. I gotta lose like 53 pounds.
Hey, I'm about an inch taller than you. I give maybe a half inch or so taller than you. So we're very, very close. But I was 267 not 2 years ago.
Wow.
Maybe 3. And then I floated around 240, 230 for years, man. I had 230 as a goal weight. If I could just get down to 230, I'll stop snoring and choking to death all night. My wife's like afraid I'm going to die. Like, oh my God, you are, stop waking me up. You're dying. That's what it was like. But yeah, so good luck, man. I wish you well in your New Year's resolution. And I hope that your Jets resolution comes true. I mean, guys, we're not asking for too much. I mean, here's the thing. Again, we would love to get it all in one fell swoop. Right. And we can nitpick and you can point out, we all have the things we like and we all have the things that we don't like. Everybody. And I think there's plenty on both sides of the ball. But when you really look at the team, if this team, now I blame them for the quarterback, I do. So that's a shot. Don't get me wrong. But if they got that one position right, like look at the rest of the team. Now the offensive line, the injuries, it's catching up. I mean, that's just where it is. It's catching up to us the last few weeks. And we're even having more injuries. Even the backups like Nate Herbig, his ankle's a mess. And, so all that kind of stuff is very difficult to overcome for any length of time. And again, particularly the last 2 weeks with our quarterback situation, guys, you have to know that amplified, it exacerbated any line issues that we have. When you look at everything, like the organization as a whole is completely different than what we were just 2 years ago. And if we give these guys, and look, I'm not the biggest Robert Saleh guy. I'm really not, man. I'm not. I don't hate him, but I'm not like rah Saleh yet, other than I just want him to win, of course. But he's done enough this year, in my opinion, growth-wise. He's done enough to make me think, okay, well, he definitely deserves to keep going. I mean, if he improved enough from last year to this year that I think if the same, gap of improvement is what takes place between this year and next year, we're on our way. And that to me is exciting. And the consistency thing that Italy Jet was talking about, again, we have to stop chopping everybody's heads off after fucking one bad game or, it's like, or 3 bad games, whatever. We got to let these guys overcome difficulty without telling them that their mom's a hooker, you know what I mean, or whatever. Your mom, we got to stop that shit, man. You know what I mean? That's my opinion anyway. So Hawk just says, "Hey, gabagool." You know what's funny about gabagool? And you know this. I mean, you're Jewish, but you're Brooklyn. You hung out with it. It's not gabagool. You know what I mean? And I know Hawk knows that, I'm sure. But it's funny how it's kind of, grown. Like when I was a kid, when we would go to the sub shops, like real sub shops where they cut the meat right before you, they throw on heaps of fucking shredded lettuce and they douse it in vinegar, like those kinds of things. I love those. I miss my deli. Mine was Don's sub shop, and it was the best. There was an arcade game in there. We just hung out there as kids, eating sandwiches and playing Galaga.
Ours
You
was
know?
Sonny's, man, and they used to. People might know in Brooklyn, Sonny's. It was famous. Foster and 92nd. They used to slice the lettuce on the slicing machine. I always thought that was the coolest
Oh,
thing
it's
ever.
the best. I love it. I love it. But the thing is, it's not like, but that's how we ordered it. It was like, I mean, that's literally a sandwich that I ordered 100 times in my life. A gabagool and provolone, but it's not gabagool. It's gabagool. Gabagool and it's said fast, but it's like it's capicola, right? So gabagool. And that's how it's said, but it's kind of grown into this gabagool, and it makes us sound like a bunch of fucking idiots. And I don't like it, Jeremy. It's like, forget about it. You know, when the Sopranos were around, everybody go, "Oh, you're from New Jersey. Oh, forget about it." And I'm like, what? I don't understand. That's literally how my family talks. Fucking forget about it.
I was shocked when I was on the Belt Parkway after I moved to California and went back home. I was driving through Brooklyn. For the first time I saw that sign that said, "Forget about it." Like when you went into Brooklyn, and I said, "Are they kidding me?"
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. Say it all again.
There's a sign, like a "Welcome to Brooklyn" sign that says "Forget about it," like in one long word.
Oh, they
like
embraced
a real
it.
Official sign. No one put it on there, like an official sign, not by some person, by the city of New York. A real
like
sign.
the civic committee made the decision. They cleared it. They passed it. They put it into production.
Forget about
it. The best. That's the best. So yeah, happy New Year to everybody. We are having a good time. Italy Jet, thanks again for coming on, buddy. I like that guy, man. He's a good dude, man. And they followed. They have not followed, but they went to all over the opening day. They made it like they have pictures from everywhere in the parking lot, and I'm telling you, it's far. Like where they were, it takes no less than 30 minutes to walk to each, and they were everywhere before the game went on.
They even they found us after the game.
They found us after. Is that the guy that you said he popped out of nowhere? And I was,
they can't. I don't know if they came out of those porta potties. They came out of nowhere. We were on the way to the car, getting out of there, and they just flagged us down. They were like, "Yo, where you guys?" It was like 50. How many people? 50,000 people in that stadium. And at the end of the game, we're leaving, and there he is. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so he's a good dude. And they have, what's their show? Everything New York Jets, right? That's their show. A lot of good dudes out there, man. That's the thing. Like, I know we get a bad rap, and we've talked about it the last few weeks about the portion of our fan base that's toxic. And I mean, like there's new reports coming out that, I thought we talked about it enough that people would stop DMing his mother, Zach's mother, but they haven't. They've even stepped it up, and they're like photoshopping pictures. It's like, I don't understand. It's like there's a thrill. I don't understand. Like they took their time and their effort to like create something to be even more painful. And I don't know what that is, but with those assholes aside, and if one of you were in the chat, I'm really sorry. Please hit follow and like. Don't get mad at me for saying you're mean. I don't mean it. I'm sorry, fucking asshole. So you guys, generally speaking, we're such a great fan base, man. Like, and look, we're tortured. We're tortured. But it's like, seriously, like that clip I play all the time. Who the hell's been through what we've been through? Really? Sure, the Detroit Lions, they haven't had a winner. And sure, the Cleveland Browns and the Cardinals and some others. But, dude, it's like, fucking nobody deals with the torture. Oh, look at this. We got another. No one deals with it. Like, we're tortured. It's different. It's not just losing. We don't just lose. We get tortured on the way out. Let's say hello to a good friend who's celebrating New Year's German style, I think. Let's say hello to Sack. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Brother?
Whoa, what's up, guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Where are you, man? Where are you?
As you can see, you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Barely.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
No, I'm in New Jersey at my girlfriend's friend's house, which I met for the first time. So they think I'm a very quiet individual right now.
Yeah, they don't know. Well, you're being nice. You got to be nice at first. You got to be nice and calm. We know how it goes. So, Sack, I appreciate you taking a minute to come on. We're trying to get people's 2023 New Year's Jets resolutions. What do you want to see from the Jets in 2023?
I would like to see a offensive lineman drafted. I would like to see I'm going to be really harsh here. I like to see LaFleur maybe shown the door. I would like to see a veteran quarterback brought in. I believe our quarterback's not on the roster right now. I know
Okay.
It's controversial with Derek Carr. I get it. But if you break down the numbers, I'd take him. I mean, I'd take anybody at this point. I would take him. I'd take Minshew. People underrate Minshew. He's a good quarterback.
I'd be excited with Minshew.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling for Baker Mayfield, I've heard, because he's a free agent. Even one guy said bring back Sam Darnold, so it's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
I know. It's fucking nuts. People are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would never bring Sammy back here. That's a big mistake. So if you had your choice, though, which quarterback do you want if you had your choice?
Derek Carr. I mean, if I could have my choice, and it was Aaron Rodgers, obviously, but then, what do you get him for? 2 years, we do the Brett Favre thing over again. He comes to 1 year. You get worried about that. But I mean, in a perfect world, if you told me, I would take Aaron Rodgers. I think he would do wonders with that. But if you told me I can get Derek Carr and package Devontae Adams along with them,
holy shit!
And I would, and then I was looking at deals from I forgot what's the guy. Not looking for one of these guys. They had some deal where the Jets would send Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson, and some other I don't know. It was a pretty big package, but it was to get both of those guys. Now you would have think about it. You have Garrett Wilson and you'd have Devontae Adams on each side of the.
That'd be ridiculous.
I know. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I would sign up for the way you said the trade, even if there's some other picks and shit. I would sign up for that without batting an eyelash. I would be ecstatic to get Derek Carr and Devontae. And I don't know if we can afford it, but I'll leave that to Joe Douglas. I would be ecstatic if that was. I'm gonna
look at it right. I'm gonna look at it right now. I'll tell you exactly what the deal was supposed to be. Hold on. This guy was saying it. I know you guys have a whole show to go, but I'm trying to find it. They got the freestyle going from back in the day. You remember that?
Yeah, hell yeah, of course. I'm surprised that Jeremy isn't out there at the clubs right now.
It's pouring rain here. It's cold.
It's raining here too, man. It's pouring here. It's crazy.
Oh, it was second round pick 2023. Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson.
Wow.
Jermaine Johnson?
JJ.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know about Jermaine Johnson. How about CJ Mosley?
Yeah, right.
To offset the salary.
You get something, you got to give something. You know that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But
yeah.
hey, I know. You rather be called
but we're taking on a whole bunch of salary too. So there's that, But anyway, hey man, I hope Joe Douglas does something like that. That would be really exciting for me, man. I know that.
Oh,
that'd be exciting.
I think we wouldn't know what to do, but there would still be people complaining. So you know how that goes.
Oh,
right?
Of course. Of course, man. Hey, Sack, before you go back to the party, give me a score prediction tomorrow. Oh, hello. Hi.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. They're live on YouTube right now.
Oh my goodness.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Prediction. I said in the lounge, I said that it's not gonna be close. She said the Jets are winning. She's manifesting it.
I love it.
No, but here's the thing. I predict that the Jets are gonna win, and it's not gonna be close. I really have that dead feeling, and I've been miraculously accurate with calling a lot of these games. Even the Josh Allen, which they wanted to kill me, the Bills fans. I predicted that he would get either knocked out the game or hurt The game where we knocked, he had that patella injury.
Right.
So
Yeah, the
I'm saying
elbow.
I think we win by 2 or 3 scores. I really feel like the team's pumped to get White back. Defense is gonna be flying over the field. They got no defense to speak of.
Right.
And I'll say 27-10.
I love it. That's what I want. I want 27-10 for New Year's. That's what I want. That's it right there.
What do you guys think is going to happen real quick on the Patriot game versus the Dolphins?
I think, sad to say, I think the Pats are going to win because there's no way we're going to get a nice restful. It's never going to be that easy for us, Zach.
We got to be Chiefs. We got to be Chiefs fans, then, guys.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
If they win again, right? Then let the Bills knock them off in the last week, and let's go kick some Dolphin ass.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's how we got to do it, man. But I'm nervous. I'm rooting for the Dolphins tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be that easy for us. It's all going to come down to the final week of the season, and we'll see how it goes. But we got to win tomorrow first. That's it. That's Absolutely. What we got to do.
Listen, I wanna wish you both. I did privately wish you a happy New Year, but I also appreciate you guys always showing support through the thick and thin with the lounge and everything. And you guys are you guys are not just friends; you guys are brothers to me. You really are, and I appreciate it.
Well, right on. I feel the same way, man. And Jeremy,
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You made our trip so much better when we were there for the opener. I can't thank you enough for everything you did to make that trip so special.
It goes without saying. You guys are here. I want to be with you next time you guys come in. I miss GreenBean's bash there, and GreenBean. The whole secret to it was I was supposed to be there, and then my uncle passed. But I was invited. Your wife was trying to pick the people that you thought that were closest to you, and she asked me without you might know now, but she
I know now, but I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know when she asked.
But that's a good wife you got there to want to make it as special as possible. So hats off to her.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, she's the best, man. I'm a very lucky man, everybody. I'm a very lucky man. Well, hey, Zach, thanks for popping on, my friend. Enjoy New Year, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Yep. And one last thing, Happy New Year's to everybody in your chat who was tuning in. Love that you show support to GreenBean. These guys are great, and I want to wish Happy New Year's to every single person that's in that chat. So,
all right, man. Well, thank you.
Wish you well.
There he goes, Sack Exchange. Thanks, buddy. Happy New Year. There he is from the Jet Lounge himself. I want to get to James, his super chat. Sorry for the little bit of a wait there, James, but I appreciate you sending this in. He says, I'm so happy with this season. The O-line is Joe's strength. He'll figure it out. I feel the same way. I mean, look, it doesn't look so good, right? We got a lot of, but dude, you cannot plan for 6 injuries. The only thing that there were Jets fans, to be fair, and I was not one of them, that were they were nervous to put too much, to rely upon Becton too much, right? There was a nice, solid section of the fan base that was like, dude, you have to get something behind him. Now, we had some backup level stuff, but we were planning on Fant and Becton. That was what Joe Douglas was hoping for, and he didn't even make it to week 1. So I think that's not going to happen. Again, I doubt he goes into this season because, Becton didn't have an injury history, man. So having one injury, you don't give up on a guy. But there was a lot of fans that did feel that way. So I feel the same way. I think, dude, again, I say this every week. All things considered, this offensive line is playing amazing. I mean, seriously, 6 tackles, 3 guards at times, and we were down to Feeney. You know what I mean? At guard, AVT, Herbig, Feeney. Herbig might go out tomorrow. He's got the ankle injury. He was limited later in the week with this, of practice. So he could even be, maybe he starts and doesn't make it. We got LDT. That might be the 4th guard to come in this season. So, there's a lot there. But again, I feel confident that that this is it. We're going to get it right. I feel good about it. I like Max Mitchell. I like some of the talent that we have around, and we'll see. But what do you think? I mean, you worried about the offensive line? Let me ask you this, Jeremy. Would you use a number one pick on an offensive lineman? Is that where you'd like to see them go?
I won't complain about it if it's the right guy, but like I go back to what you always say, GreenBean, and what we've talked about for before this season started, and that's you don't have to always build your offensive line with first round picks.
Right.
I mean, look at how we got Max Mitchell, right? So, when you look at great championship teams, look at their roster, look at when the guys were drafted. What makes a championship team is guys like Max Mitchell, guys that you pick up in those second, third, fourth rounds that you don't have to, those are the teams that win. It goes back to the 80s when you look at those great teams, from the Niners and the Giants and they were loaded with third, fourth round picks that ended up being great players. So if they take an offensive line because it's a can't miss, in Joe's mind, like the guy he loves on his power board, and that's the guy, fine. I have no problem with it. He could take, I love Brian Branch from Alabama, the safety. Take him. I'll be happy. I just want a guy, to me, I'll say it every time, just hit. Whoever you take with that first pick, whatever position it is, they got to hit. Just keep hitting.
Right. Keep hitting. I mean, we hit last year, man. He hit on, it looks like every pick. That's what it looks like. We don't know what Ruckert is. Ruckert could be a huge bust. We don't know. I doubt it. I feel really good about Ruckert, but we don't know. And I don't know, man. Joe Douglas hit really. I knew the year before he did well too. I mean, obviously Zach Wilson, but he did well. Michael Carter's great ABT. Obviously, you got Brandon Eccles. You got Jamie Sherwood, he's going to be fantastic. When he's ready to come in, when they're ready to bring him in, we're not going to miss a beat with that guy. It sucks that we let Pinnock go. You saw that. But we also have Michael Carter II there. So, I mean, he's hitting. And he's not only hitting up top, he's hitting throughout the draft. So let him become a GM, dude. You know what I mean? Becton, whatever. It's his first ever draft. Relax, everybody. So I'm with you there, James Saberka. Happy New Year, buddy. Didon checking in, or D-Don, I think I'll say it, Jeremy. D-Don. Braxton and Davis were retained for Zach comfort food. They should be replaced for all of the obvious new returner and punter. Let's get lean. I'll tell you what, man, he's got a point. We were looking at the contracts the other day on Thursday, D-Don, and the only thing I'll say is that as far as wide receiver contracts go, they're not expensive. You know what I mean? They're really not. So Corey Davis is a weird one for me, man. I don't have confidence in him like I'd like to. But the truth is he's having pretty much a good season, but he's injured again. And that shit's got to stop. So we have no guarantees left with him. We can cut him if we want. We could I don't know, maybe we can negotiate, but he's about $11 million this year. Getting a starting level wide receiver in the NFL, and when he's on, man. He blocks like a beast. So there's a lot of that stuff. Getting a starting wide receiver in the NFL for $11 million these days is not it's not all that common. You know what I mean? Like, so the wide receiver contracts are going skyrocketing. So and Berrios is what, $4 million? $3 million, something like, I think it's $3 million. So I know they've had their issues, but again, we know Berrios is a good player. He had a few games where he's rough. I'd rather see them get through it with him than just cut his head off. I mean, we'll see how he goes, but he had a couple games. He just looked like a different guy. So we don't know what it is. Either way, I am with you that those were Zach guys for sure. They were Zach's faves, Corey Davis and Braxton. So I don't know. Maybe they are looking at it that way. I'm not sure. So I don't know, Jeremy. Hey, listen, you want to bounce out of here? You've been on a lot longer than I thought you were going to be. But did you ever tell me your New Year's resolution? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah. Remember health. I want a healthy team.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Jeremy, I wanted to say this before I let you go.
Yeah.
I was at the gas station. I was getting some pods and everything, and I decided to treat myself because it's New Year's Eve. And just so you guys know, it's officially happening. Like, I am really old. I looked at all the M&Ms and the whatchamacallits, and I came away with this.
Wow.
Score bar. I don't think I've ever seen a non-old person eating a score bar in my life. I've never seen a hot, young 20-year-old girl doing it. Never.
Well, you got to be really careful. I let it dissolve for a long time in my mouth because that thing will rip the fillings right off my teeth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I think, there's another version of this that most people go with, and that's Heath bars, but they're not the same. They're close, but they're not the same. But isn't that some shit? So I came away with this and Muddy Buddies, which I've never purchased in my life. Never heard of them?
Never heard of them.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I think I've heard of them. I was like, what's that? So, I wanted something sweet, but I didn't want to, I don't know. It's like, they're Chex Mix.
You're not allowed to tempt me with new things. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to introduce me to anything new because I'm out of time.
You're right. Exactly. This is what they look like. They're all like chocolatey, peanut buttery coated Chex.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
So, all right. Well, listen, Jeremy, Happy New Year. Please tell your wife I'm sorry about Richmond. And you have a great rest of 2022, buddy. I appreciate you spending some time.
Thanks. I want to wish everybody out there Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Everyone have a great New Year and go Jets, man. Go Jets.
Go Jets. There he goes, everybody. Jets Chaos himself, Mr. Jeremy, hanging out with us. And that's the way it's going to be. So let's do this. I'd like to get some of your New Year's resolutions for the Jets. The New Year's Jets resolutions. What is it that you guys want to see from the New York Jets? I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. And I'm going to see what you guys are saying because I was way up there. What's this? I know Jingle does, but again, that's not Berrios' track record. I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. But again, I mean, he was an all-pro return man last year. And he had a good first, 2/3 of the season or half, let's say. They didn't utilize him all that much. He wasn't like, one of our top guys, but anytime you asked him to do anything, Berrios did it, and he did it well. The thing with Berrios, like I said after the game when he dropped when he dropped the pass, it's like, if you wanted a guy that you were like, he's just going to catch it. You want to, like, among the top guys that you think would catch the ball 99 out of 100 times, Berrios was on that list. And he dropped it, and he hasn't been the same since. Let's get him through it as opposed to chopping his head off. He's not breaking the bank. We'll look at his contract in a few minutes. I think he's like $3 million. Berrios contract. Wait, hold on. I see you in there. I'll grab you 30 seconds. Let me just see. I see you in there. All right. So Berrios has a 7-year. No, that's Jose Berrios. What is this? Braxton. I'm like, that's a lot. Wait a second. 2-year, 12 million. So it's like he's actually 5 point. I don't know. I got to look at this. Let me see what his cap hit is. Hold on. So his cap is actually $7 million this year. Next year, he costs us $3.2 million. So they front loaded it because they have the money. So again, you can get Braxton and Corey Davis for $14 million. Like, I don't know. You got to consider that because you still have to have a team. And if you got to think, are you going to upgrade it for less money? Only in the draft. So let's say hello. We're going to look at your New Year's resolutions, like Hank getting it started right there. And we're going to say hello to our next New Year's Jets resolutioner. Let's say hello to DKB Jets himself. What's happening, man? Happy New Year.
Yeah, what's going on, GreenBean? Happy New Year.
What are you playing, darts, or you shooting little garbage in the trash there? What are you doing?
Yeah. Little trash ball. I'm cleaning up some of my boys' toys around the house. Stop stepping on stuff and doing the old man dance.
Yeah, well, look, man, right? We have kids. It's a different style New Year's Eve. When you have kids, you're stepping on Legos. A little different than we used to do it, isn't it?
Man, look, in all the cartoons I used to watch with the upset parents make a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, it's right. It seemed crazy. Not anymore. It doesn't seem crazy anymore, man. So let me ask you, man, we got a nice bunch of of opinions tonight. It's been really cool. I think we have like what 8 or 9 or 10 people on. So from your perspective, I mean, it doesn't matter if you think the same as maybe somebody else, but what do you think you'd like to see from the New York Jets coming off this season, no matter what happened in 2022, 2023, starting tomorrow? What do you like to see from the New York Jets?
Yeah, so I definitely got 2 key things, and it's a little bit more of an off-season thing than anything that's going to happen for us playoff-wise and stuff. But I definitely want an upgrade from Rob Calabrese. I understand what the plan was with Zach Wilson. Addition by subtraction, we get rid of Matt Cavanaugh, we get rid of John Beck. Well, he leaves there regardless, but I still think, I'm sure Saleh had all the faith in the world in Calabrese, knowing him and all of that good stuff, but it just wasn't a smart plan. Mike LaFleur only heading into his second year. Rob Calabrese never really coached in the position before. It was definitely kind of an amateurish plan, and I think they just hoped, fingers crossed, we'd figure it out. But my other one, wholeheartedly, if I get this, I'd be extremely excited. I want a new center, like a rookie one. Specifically, that there's 2 guys that we passed on that absolutely killed me. I wanted Lloyd Cushenberry a couple years ago, and then I was a huge fan of and why is his name Linderbaum? I wanted Linderbaum bad, but it didn't pan out. But you know, the way our luck panned out, we go from Kevin Mawai to Nick Mangold. Man, I just really wanted that streak to extend.
Right, I'm with you, man, and it has not been that way since. No way.
Yes. I think that's just the way the league is kind of trending for us too. The offensive line talent really isn't there in the league anymore. If you're past about 28. Chances are you haven't panned out already, and so
it's a good point, man. It's a good when are you gonna bloom in your 30s? Like, when are we blooming here? So I'm with you, man. You know, I think when you talk about you know what the team is you know what we're able to do. I mean, you know, again, we were talking a little bit ago about like people wanting to fire this guy or fire that guy, and I get it. I do. I think, you know, when Gase was here, I was absolutely on the side of things. Like, there's nothing this guy can do to redeem himself. I thought he was bad from the word go, and I just couldn't wait to see him go. So it's not like I haven't been there, but I really do think that this staff has a shot. Now, it sucks that we've put so much into the offensive line. Joe Douglas has brought, I mean, it's got to be 30 different offensive linemen in here. He's used number 1 overall pick. He's used 3rd round picks, 4th round picks on well, not a 3rd round, but a few 4th round picks on offensive linemen. And for whatever reason, the injury bug kind of focused right on the offensive line, man. All the tackles, and then sadly AVT. Realistically, like, you're talking about a center. Where do you want to see the Jets? Like, which draft pick? Or do you rather see him go get a vet if we replace McGovern? Realistically, where do you see the Jets going? Like, which resource do you see them using to pull a new center in here?
Yeah, I think ideally, and it's been a great feeling to not have to be, you know, 6 rounds deep in the draft already. But I don't think there's necessarily a center that's a 1st round talent. And we just talked about this with Gunny and Gino a couple of days ago too. Ideally, we'll probably go tackle in the 1st round. I do think this is the draft where we kind of double dip. But I think it's going to be a 2nd rounder. I actually like the kid from Michigan. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name because it's something out there. Olemi or something like that.
Yeah, I'll get it. I know the guy you're talking about. Hold on, I'll find him. Hold on 1 second here. But yeah, so you can keep talking, but I'll look at this guy for you.
Yeah, so I like him. I think he's a candidate to probably be a 2nd round talent. I think it doesn't force our hand in that we need to throw him into the fire. And obviously there's a steep learning curve there too. But one of the things that stuck out to me was that Connor McGovern, you know, the center of the line is the most important to me. I know everybody's hung up on tackles, but I think the centers is where everything goes. They hold the communication on the line. They try to make sure the stunts and stuff happen. If your offensive line is going to get killed, it's normally going to be interior pressure. So I want a kid with the young legs. I want somebody that can kind of have a fresh perspective, I guess, on making sure he has all the guys rallied around him. And I just think it's time. I mean, we've been stuck on trying to get Ryan Jensen for like the last couple of years, and it never panned out. We thought we were going to get him last year. Tom Brady comes back. He ends up re-signing. So it's very minimal guys out there that you can think of in free agency, even in the best case dream scenario, that we're going to be able to go and find. So we got to go to youth route. Let's go find a young guy that kind of has that East Coast toughness, blue collar work mentality about him, and let's go grind one out.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, look, I wanted, you know what? I'll just say it one more time and I'll leave it. But in the draft with Zach Wilson, that draft, I didn't want to trade up for AVT. What I wanted to do was stay right where we were at 23, grab Creed Humphrey, and then keep our 2 third-round picks. That's what I wanted to do. Now, I have no issue with AVT, other than he got hurt, of course. I'm delighted that we have a guy like AVT. I have no issues. But we could have kept those thirds and drafted Creed. We wouldn't have any qualms having that guy either. I think Creed Humphrey is phenomenal. So that would have been a good one. I'd like to see them upgrade at center too. I'm going to show real quick the guy you were talking about. Yeah, it's not the easiest name in the world. I'm going to take a shot at it, though. So here he is, everybody, out of Michigan. Olusegun Oluwatimi. How'd I do? You think I did it right?
I think it's about as good as I would have got it. Hey, it might be a star-studded name, too. Olusegun. I'm sure we could work something out in the media works with that.
Totally. There's a lot of potential there, Olusegun. Absolutely. So he's a 307-pound, 6'3" interior offensive lineman from Michigan. I think that would be a good way to go. We just got to remember this draft, we don't have the same amount of picks that we're used to having around these parts. We're used to having a whole mess of fun stuff to play with. I don't know if Joe Douglas is going to do something, make some trades. I don't know, but we got 5 picks as it stands now. We don't know if that James Robinson pick is going to be a 6th or a 5th. It looks like it's going to be a 6th because they're not using them. But no matter how you slice it, we got 5 picks. So they better work. They better be good picks. I'd like a tackle, a center, a defensive tackle, a safety, and maybe a linebacker. That's what I want. That would be my dream draft. That's
it might work in our favor. If I kind of had to reverse engineer this for myself a couple of days ago, but we've been so focused on having to go quality, let's say quantity over quality. We can now kind of go quality over quantity this time. And really kind of focus in on the scouting and where we expect to be in some of these rounds. It's going to be a lot harder because we're not in the top 10. Obviously, there's going to be a wider selection of guys that could fall to us. But I think I've liked what I've seen in terms of the later portion of the drafts of what we've acquired, what looks like hit so far. So I have faith in the coaching. I have faith in the scouting staff and what Joe Douglas is recognizing as talent and what Robert Saleh, company can do with them. So.
Yeah, well, the whole quantity over quality thing, and like we've been doing, the good news is the last 2 drafts, we've had quantity and quality. I mean, last year, Joe Douglas used those 5ths to get up and get some more quality, Breece Hall and Jermaine Johnson, which both picks I'm very happy with. But this year, maybe he slides back a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he just stands pat and grabs 4 really good players that this staff and their scouting department, personnel department loves. I'd have no problem with that. I'd love to see a premier free safety get on this damn defense. Could you imagine like a real ball hawking safety with Sauce and DJ Reed and Michael Carter II? They'd be unreal, in my opinion.
My fingers are crossed. We had a lot of hype that came up with the final cuts about Tony Adams and seeing him make it over Jason Pinnock and all that kind of stuff. I'm hoping this was kind of like a redshirt year for him, sprinkling in a few snaps, and then we really see him take off because I did like what I've seen once we actually figured out who the kid was. He came out of the blue. But I heard, I want to say it was Jeremy, but a lot of people had the sentiment that we're kind of like a quarterback away. So I think it's not talked about enough, and that trade down opportunities do seem like we're probably primed for that. If that's truly the thought, we're getting a veteran quarterback, it seems like. So we don't really need to focus so much on, some of the blue chip guys that will necessarily be out there, and we can kind of recoup a couple more picks. if they really want to take that approach.
Yeah, well, right. It looks like we're going to go a vet, whether it's Mike White, I don't know, but it does look like we're going to go get a vet quarterback. The young kids, it doesn't look like it's the spot to do that with those types of guys. So let me ask you before you leave. I got 2 questions for you. First, I call you DK all the time. What's your name? Is that what you want me to call you?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It just kind of naturally happened. So DKB is actually just the initials, Dion King Banks. So everybody, even Gino, Gunny, I've been working with them for a minute now. Everybody just kind of defaults to DK, but I have absolutely no preference.
Okay. All right, DK it is. I know, I'm like, I should probably ask him at least once. So listen, before you go, I'll let you get back to your kids there. If we do go get a vet quarterback, if it's your choice, which way we going?
Oh, yeah, I already talked about this. I think Derek Carr would be the dream scenario, of course. But I would prefer to kind of save some money and still try to be able to do a couple other things that I think you won't get with Derek Carr. Gardner Minshew is my underrated pickup, and this is purely based on the thought process that we can still be a championship level team based off expectations, but it raises the floor of the quarterback room. I don't necessarily need an all-star, which is why I don't necessarily care about acquiring like an Aaron Rodgers, but I think Gardner Minshew adds legit talent to Mike White if we bring him back. And if not, we know that we are at the perfect level we need to be for sustained quarterback play.
Yeah, that sound plan to me. I would love to see them grab Gardner Minshew and just say, hey, you guys are going to have an honest to goodness quarterback competition. Best man plays. And then we know we got a good guy as the backup. I'd be delighted with that plan, man. Really, I'd be very happy with it. But DK, thanks for carving out a few minutes, man. I hope you have a great rest of the year. And let's look for a Jets victory tomorrow, man.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I appreciate you having me in the rotation here. This has been dope, especially seeing all the other people. And you and the family have a happy New Year's as well.
All right. Thank you. There he goes, everybody. DKB Jets, and you can follow him on YouTube as well. Good dude, man. He had me on a few weeks back. Good guy. And he does shows with Italy Jet and Gunny from Situation Report and all that. So let's go ahead and get to some of yours. Now, I saw a few here. Hai Kung Fu just said he wants to see it. He wants to see a healthy team, right? How about some health? And I'm with that. Hank's health. See that? Jin Pak wants to see us retain our good players. First up, Quinnen Williams. That's the first guy up. The good news is a lot of our guys that are really coming out as our premier talent, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, the rest, we got those guys for the next 3-4 years. So we're good. And Sauce Gardner and like Jermaine Johnson and Garrett Wilson, I mean, we got 5th-year options on those guys. So we have those guys for the rest of this year, obviously, and 4 more if we want them before we have to break the bank. And that's going to really help because obviously paying all those guys is going to be difficult when we get down there. So that's going to be a tough one. Braden just says, hey, man, no gluten or nightshades. That's what he's hoping for in the future, 2023. Maybe he's talking about himself. Maybe he's talking about the Jets. I don't know. Maybe the Jets should stop eating so many nightshades like eggplant and everything else. They've got to do that. Kev Chada, this is an interesting one. I want the Jets to fire Mike LaFleur. Then Saleh won't have any more excuses. See, that sounds to me like he wants Saleh to be, he doesn't believe in Saleh, doesn't believe in the organization. He's ready to go. That's what it sounds like, Kev. Because what I would prefer is that they both end up being good so we don't have to do this again, huh? That'd be good. But that's what it sounds like. So I don't know. I really don't think they're going to fire Mike LaFleur. I mean, if he has 2 abysmal games, maybe. But again, I mean, when I watch the All-22 film, man, while I have plenty of gripes for LaFleur about his situational choices, the truth is, man, is our offense, dude, he's scheming guys open all day long. And if the passing game could just work, then the running game's going to work, man. And it's our quarterbacks. You know, our quarterback has not been able to hit him consistently, and that's a problem, man. Wait, so Randilla says he wants to be knocking on the Super Bowl door in 23. Hell yeah. I like that too. Jet Life 45 says, I know you're going to hate it, but his New Year's resolution, he'd like to see Zach turn it around. I'll tell you what, man, if that happened, whatever, look, I don't know how it's going to go that way. But if it did, and Zach ended up being everything we hoped when we picked him, I'd have no issue. None whatsoever. Mr. Green Jean says, I want players who make the easy plays. Makes the easy look easy. Right. Well, that's remember when Steve Young came out and apologized for his take on the New York Jets coaching staff. He said, I apologize, man. I got to own this one. He said that. Like, Zach, he can't, dude, he should be 10 for 10 on the stuff he's missing. That's what he said. He said he still does all that crazy stuff. He still can do a whole bunch of things that nobody else can do. Doesn't matter. He can't do the easy stuff. And that's the problem. That's the problem. From Steve Young's lips, everybody. David D., New York Jet resolution is simply to have consistent excellence. Yeah. Raise it, right? Raise the damn bar around here. Snowball 2023, the year of limited injuries. So here we are with the health again. That's been a big one, man. You know what's weird? As injured as we've been this year, this is a significant improvement over the past few years, man. Significant. Unbelievably better. You want me to show you? You want me to show you? I'll show you. I'll show you guys. Gutierrez says Mike White is not injury prone. Stop it. No, I don't know. I mean, maybe it looks like maybe you're being facetious. I'll tell you. I mean, look, let's see if Mike White can make it through these games, man. If he can't, no matter what it is, you can't get injured 4 or 5 times in 8 starts. You can't do it. Jin Pak, who decides who's? Oh, you guys are talking. I'm sorry. Let's see. B-Trav says he just wants an okay quarterback. A good one or a great one is too much to ask, I guess. Just wants somebody who can play football, right? That's it. We can set that foundation and go from there. I just want somebody who can play the damn game of football. All right, let's get down a little bit. Waters says, I want Mike White to shine. We win. Make him captain. Leave him the F alone. Go Jets. Dude, if that happens, I think we will. And look, the Jets fans that are like, there's some fans that are concerned. They're not sold on Mike White. That's fine. But the anti-guys, because they're rooting for Zach, I never understood that shit. It's like rooting against Zach because you wanted Sam Darnold to stay. That shit doesn't resonate with me. It's not that way. And I have all kinds of guys that I want to keep and they don't, and I don't want to get and they do. When they're on the Jets, they're my guy. When they're not, fuck them. That's how I see it. Let's see. I know this is the Jets gang. I'm going to say, I don't know. We disagree sometimes, but I'm just going to say, the Niners drafted. They traded 3 first-round picks and a third to replace the guy that so many people are pining for. It makes me nervous. And then you see Brock Purdy come in out of nowhere, 7th-round pick, and he looks great. What does that tell you about the offense? And it's our offense, too. Same damn thing. That is easy to play in this offense. That's why it's crazy that Zach sucks so bad. Yeah. And he gets hurt almost as much, right? All right. New Year A's situation report. There he is, Gunny. Excuse me. Thanks for the super chat. I was enjoying my old man bar, my score bar. I want to see the O-line get another offensive tackle and offensive guard. Becton as the swing tackle and Gardner Minshew versus Mike White quarterback competition. You get the blank check. Yep, I like all of this. Get us a tackle and a guard in the draft, good ones, or even in free agency. I don't give a shit. Just get us somebody that's good, that's rock solid. Becton, you still got him on the team. He's under contract. Why not? You just don't depend on him to start. But if he plays swing tackle, imagine having Becton come in off the bench. Guy, the only concern with Becton is his health, man. That's it. And it sucks because that wasn't the case. But they knew. They said Becton is boom or bust. He's going to be one of the best tackles in the NFL or he's going to bust. Started out on one side and he slipped on the other side, but that doesn't mean his career's over, man. Oh, we'll see. You just can't depend on him as your starter. You can't. You cannot go into the season. You can't go into the season with him as the starter. Can't do it. So thank you, sit rep. Thank you, Gunny. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on again. Steve Larson wants Gardner Minshew. Balls be hurting. Would rather pay Mike White 10 to 12 than pay Jimmy G 35 to 4. I gotta look. I need to see a little bit more. I do. I need to see a little bit more. But dude, I'm feeling similarly. I really am. Just give Q the money he deserves. Keep that man around. Yeah. See that, Gunny? Yeah, man. DK is good stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Kev wanted Creed Humphrey. Now, again, I'm not complaining about AVT. Trust me when I tell you. And I loved him in the draft. And when they traded up, I was happy that was who they traded up for. So don't get me wrong. But if it was me, and this is what I'm saying, like as much as I support and believe in Joe Douglas, I don't know. I'm not 100% with him either. I would have just stayed right where I was. Where was Creed Humphrey drafted? We were at pick 23. Creed Humphrey draft. Let's see. I forget what pick he went. He made it to the second round, didn't he? Let me just see. Yeah. Pick 63. Did we have a second round pick? No, we didn't have a second round pick that draft. That's why. That sucked. That's why I hated. Oh, yes, we did. We took Elijah Moore. Yes, we did. We didn't have the thirds. So I hated that. I loved AVT. I did. Didn't love Zach Wilson. Happy enough with him, but I loved AVT. But if it was me, I would have just stayed where I was and took Creed Humphrey. He made it all the way to 63, and he's awesome. Awesome sausage. That's what he is. What's up, Craig Safola checking in. GreenBean and DKB together. Love you guys. Happy New Year. I wish I saw this while he was on, buddy. But thank you. Yeah, I loved that. It was fun to have all these guys pop in tonight. We had everybody, man. I mean, Jake didn't get back. I mean, Jake's probably busy, but Ryan couldn't make it on. Who else? I reached out to Richie. I don't think he said he probably couldn't make it. So yeah, lots of guys on here. Let's see. Kev Chada's with GreenBean. That's why I wanted Christian Darrisaw and Creed Humphreys. Good. It would have been easy, right? Now, the Elijah Moore pick blew me away, too. I did not see that coming. Let's take a look at that draft. What was that? 2021 NFL draft. Let's just take a look. Why not? Why not? I want you guys to know I'm not going to make it to New Year's with you. I'll pull. We'll do another. We'll get to like 11:30 or something like that, and then I got to go in with my kids because they're still awake. They're playing video games with their friends. So, all right, hold on. Let me share my page with you. Let me share my page with you. Oh, let me share my page. I'm going to share this page. I'm going to share my fucking page with you. All right, here we go. So let's take a look at this draft. Just because we're talking. We're a bunch of friends. We're just hanging out, shooting the shit. I already donated. Stop it. Everybody should donate $2 to Wikipedia, by the way. If you realize how much you use it, just send them $2 and they'll shut up. And then we don't have to see ads on Wikipedia. Keep doing it. Go ahead. All right. So here's where we were. Obviously, we took Zach Wilson with pick 2. Then we, nope. Yeah. So, okay. So we were at pick 23. Let me minimize a little tiny. Oh, come on. That's not what I said. All right. So look, the Jets traded up from 23. As you know, we grabbed Elijah Vera-Tucker, right? We couldn't draft Parsons or Slater. You know, it was way too much. Not that they were into him anyway. But look at all the guys that were here at 23. So this is who they took. So they traded back and grabbed Darrisaw. All right, fine. What I would have done, I wouldn't have traded back. I'm going to tell you right now. Even though Creed Humphreys made it to 63, in my brain, he wasn't going to. So if he was there at pick 23, I grab him. All right, I grab him. But then let's take a look. So we had pick 62. Let me see here. All right. So we had pick 66. What was it? 70 and 86, I think. Yeah. So, oh, look, Wyatt Davis. I'm just so surprised. So real quick. Asai. So here's Creed Humphrey, right? So I would have taken him with the other pickup. Then I would have had pick 66. Let me see, where the hell did it go? I'm all over the place. Sorry. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. So we would have had pick 66. Now, who would you have drafted here? Right? So many guys. So many guys. Adebo. Look at that. It's funny that we have Chaz Surratt. It's just crazy to me. That's crazy. He's just sitting there. I liked Divine Diablo. I liked Tommy Tremble. There's a lot of guys I liked here. Amari Rogers. I liked Wyatt Davis too. But there were so many guys, man, that we liked here. And we could have gotten two of them. Look at all these guys. So anyway, but when we did that, we drafted up, we traded up for AVT. And again, I have no regrets. He's fine. It sucks that he's injured, and it's like you can't pull a Semini and call it a bad pick. You know, he's playing fucking lights out. He got hurt in the gym, right? His tricep or whatever. But yeah, man, it's it's tough, but that's the thing. What I wanted to see happen was to just stay right there and keep our thirds, because when we took Elijah Moore with this, that's what I wanted to look at. Fucking Elijah Moore. But anyway, who cares? But taking Elijah Moore, didn't hate the pick. I never thought he was going to be there either. I thought like he was off our radar. I stopped looking at him a while ago because I didn't think they were going to want a receiver that early either. And it just sucks that what's happened with Elijah Moore this year is really unfortunate, man, because he is a stud, dude. And I hate the whole way he handled it. I'll never say that was okay. Never. But damn, man, he's so talented. How can you not get him the ball? You have Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and if it's not Corey Davis, you got Denzel Mims, you got Barris. Like, you got to be able to get these guys the ball. And then you got guys like Breece Hall, Michael Carter. Oh, and since Breece has gone down, Bam Knight. It's like, dude, you have so much talent. So much talent. If your guy's not open, take a look, dump it. Sounds so easy, doesn't it? Why you want to stop with the Minshew? Dude, he's only going into his 5th year. You're acting like he's been around for 10 years. He got traded. He's on his rookie contract, isn't he? Let me go see. I don't want to speak out of turn. Let me see. You got to give a guy a minute, dude. You got to give a guy a minute and let him come into his own. So he wasn't supposed to be like, I think the Jacksonville. Let's see here. So let me share this with you. I looked at it like a week ago or so. I don't remember everything. So I'll share this with you guys, and we'll take a look at little Gardner Minshew and see what we think. So Gardner Minshew, he was a 6th round pick. So again, he's not high pedigree. He's not coming in with the expectation he's going to be great. He's going to develop, right? He's going to develop. That was 2000, right? What draft? 2019. So he's just finishing his rookie contract. Like, we got to give this guy a second, man. He's not a starter, fine. He started for the Jaguars this year, and I'll show you his stats in a minute. We can do that in a second. But look at it. Look at the money. He's making nothing. So he got traded to the Eagles. He played for the Jaguars for 2 years. The Jaguars drafted Trevor Lawrence, and they got rid of Minshew. They didn't want any quarterback controversy, none of this bullshit. They just got rid of him. They sent him to the Eagles. When he comes in, he plays great. And again, it's about reps. Like, he has shown more than enough to believe that he can succeed in this offense. More than enough. But don't act like Gardner Minshew's been in the league for 10 years and he's never done anything. Dude, he's just finishing his rookie contract, dude. He's young. How old is he? He's 26 years old. This is his 4th year. I know it feels like he's been in the league forever, and I'll second that. I was surprised. I'm like, what? That's it? But here we go. Let's take a little bit of statisticaloons. Here we go. So just compare this to the New York Jets quarterbacks too. Look, he had a 60.6 completion percentage, right? Very, very important stat. So he's 285 for 470. So that brings him to 60.6% of the snaps. He played 83% of the year, the snaps in the year. He started 12 games that year. He was seen in 14 games. So in those 12 games, he did what the Jets starting quarterbacks do for the past few years in in most of the games. They play 14 games, 15 games, 17, whatever. We haven't seen more than that in a while. But that's just what it is. He has 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, everybody. Like, people accuse me, all I like is yards. Not true. But find me a very successful quarterback that doesn't have yards. For completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, those things are actually important for a quarterback. I know it's hard to get, but that's the truth, right? So he had a passer rating of 91.19. Now, his second year, 2020, he starts 8 games. I don't remember if there's an injury or what. I have no idea. I just don't remember. He has a 66% completion percentage, everybody. All right? He throws for 2259, about 250 a game, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Do you see this? When's the last time a Jets quarterback looked anything like this? Can you guys see this? I want to make sure you can see it. Yeah. Like, again, if you don't like me, that's fine. You don't have to like, but I'm just saying, like, don't throw the guy in the garbage, man. He's going into his 5th year. This is a young player. He's a 6th round pick that has performed significantly better than our 2nd overall pick and our 3rd overall pick. And if I'm going to say it, frankly, even our 2nd round pick, Geno Smith, he's performed better than Hackenberg, performed better than Bryce Petty. All the quarterbacks that we've taken before him in the draft, he's performed significantly better on terrible teams. All right? Bad football teams. 21 touchdowns, 6 picks, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks. So they draft Trevor Lawrence, right? 2021. Yeah. So, and they trade him to Philadelphia. He starts 2 games. He has a 68. So in spot duty, guys, he comes in as a backup. He plays 2 games. He has 41 completions for 60 attempts for a 68.3. He's gone up every single year, his first 3 seasons. 439 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Remember, this is in backup duty. And then this year, he started 1 game. He's got 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, right? So, and he has a 59.1. Again, better than Zach, Sammy, whoever. So I think Minshew, everybody, if you just don't like him, then I don't understand. Maybe you don't like his play. You think he's too short, right? How tall is he again? I don't remember how tall he is. Personal spending. I don't know. I think he's a little short. I forget. It doesn't say it there. So again, when you just say, I don't like Gardner Minshew, stop it with Minshew. Why? Why stop it? He's a viable candidate, my man. Viable. He's a very good, to discount him is silliness, in my opinion. Hold on. Let's see here. So anyway, I mean, how do you not want a quarterback like that? How do you not want it? Those numbers in this offense, like that type of play in this offense, we'd have 10 wins already, minimum. We would have definitely won both Pats game, and we could have easily won the second Buffalo game or the Vikings game, like one of those games. We absolutely. No question. So, all right. Strong Island Jets guy. Happy New Year, buddy. He says, Jets win 22-17. TM. What's that mean? Tomorrow. There it is. I got it. DJ Reed has his homecoming game. Dude, Strong Island, I think DJ Reed is going to be the most motivated guy out there, but I'm hoping Dwayne Brown is equally motivated. That's what I want. I want Dwayne Brown and DJ Reed to be out of their minds Minds. See, BYU, this is why nobody likes you, and it's why I'm banning yet another incarnation. You're the worst. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Seriously. Like, that's such a semantic-laden, ridiculous reach. I hate those kinds of comments. I am a constructive, all-encompassing guy. I'm not a homer for one thing without at least acknowledging the other potential negatives. I can still be extremely happy with something and notice that there are parts of it that I don't like. You don't have to love all or nothing. That's ridiculous. And the fact that that's what you are, that's why I don't even want you in my chats. Okay, stop making new accounts and coming here. I'm just going to keep banning you. That was the last chance you get. Sick of it. Every time I'm just going to ban you. If you make one and you hide, okay, well, then go do that. You're working for it, whatever. But you come in as BYU Jets fan or whatever the hell it is, you're out. So anyway, there's Gardner Minshew. What's up, Harris? I'm convinced that the Jets can find a good center in this year's draft. I know. I wonder where, they value it. Like, they're going to talk to Connor McGovern. They're going to talk to him. And if he wants big time money or something like that, I think he's gone. I do. Because they're not going to. He's played very well at times, but he's played very poorly at times, man. And he does not have the career to break the bank. That said, he's healthy all the time. So that's, for us, that's worth something. I'll tell you that. That's worth something, man. I love you. Jets gang wants to keep Mike LaFleur. Me too. I don't think Mike LaFleur is fireable. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. And I also don't think that Saleh looks at it that way. Dude, they know. They're looking at the film. They're dissecting the film. LaFleur is definitely learning. He's definitely got to adjust and learn and grow. No doubt. No doubt, man. But if the quarterback could just hit the designed play, the guys that are open, the play works many more times than we're seeing. When you watch the coaches' film, guys, it's brutal sometimes. Brutal. You're like, oh my God, dude. How? Like, there were times where Zach is literally staring directly at a wide open receiver and he's like stuck. He's afraid. He's fucking frozen, man. And then he'll let it go and he throws it off his back foot and it sails. And it's just, I'm telling you, so many times. Or like the guy's open, he's right there, right in front. He just hit him. He doesn't do it and waits and then throws it. The defensive guy gets there, or he waits and then pressure comes and he bails out and we're watching this crazy run around thing and the guy was open, dude, right there. Simple. I'm telling you, anybody who watches it knows what I'm talking about. Now, it's not every single time, but more than enough. If all Zach did was hit the guys that were open, we're not even discussing LaFleur. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Let's see what else. We'll do a couple more comments and then we're going to get the hell out of here. The only thing though, Mike, is that like the fact that we didn't draft the only saving grace is that we draft ABT, in my opinion, is better than Creed Humphreys. Now, if he wasn't injured this year, we would know that. You know what I mean? We'd be talking all pro for ABT. I'm convinced. We were already, dude, the whole league was like, dude, look at this guy. He's playing dominating at right guard. They needed a left tackle. He dominated. He didn't just play adequately. He dominated at left tackle. Next week, they need a right tackle. He dominated at right tackle. He was like almost perfect. It's unbelievable, man. So that's the whole thing. Like I said, what I would have done doesn't mean it's the right thing. AVT, their careers, AVT, if there's health involved on both sides, I think AVT has the better career as far as being a higher level talent, but Creed Humphreys is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? But again, that's what makes it okay. It's like when you don't draft this guy, but the guy you got is amazing. You know what I mean? What's an example of that I was thinking of? Like a good example I talk about all the time is like back in the day when we traded John Abraham, right? So Mangini, I think it was, right? Didn't Mangini trade John Abraham? Yeah. So Mangini came on board and he said, I don't want John Abraham. He got rid of him. He traded him to the Falcons. Now that sucks. How the hell do you trade John Abraham? Especially when you first come on a team. Like, what are you doing, dude? He's literally top 3 pass rusher in the NFL. He didn't want him. Now that sucks. But the saving grace was, you know what we used that pick on? Mangold. So it sucks. There's no sugar for that side of it. But then on the other side, you got Nick Mangold for 11, 12 years. His career was impeccable. He missed like 2 games and they were later in his career. He's amazing. Amazing. So that's the thing. It's like, can you really complain about John Abraham? Now, if we did that and missed, yes. And sadly, that's what we've done most times. Not that year. Mangini was a very good drafter. And people say to me all the time, well, I thought Tannenbaum was a GM. He was. Tannenbaum, and he had say, but Tannenbaum deferred to you can see the difference with Mangini and Rex. I think in some respects, rightfully so, leaned on his coaches and his football staff. But that's not the way it should be. It should be like Joe Douglas does it. But you can see the difference between Mangini's drafts. We saw DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Mangold, David Harris, Revis, Coleman, Leon Washington, Brad Smith. It's like all those guys. That's Mangini. The next year with Rex, we traded up for Sanchez, and we used all these picks. We had 3 picks in that draft. We got Sanchez, Sean Green, who was basically a bust. He had 1 good year. And a mediocre second year, the other year. Overall, he was a flop. We traded up to get him. And then we had, Slauson in the 6th. He was good. He was a good lineman, especially for later in the rounds. J.E. Allen, thank you, my friend. I appreciate the super chat-ish sticker. Oh, there it is. I just heard myself. So let me see what it is. Let me see if it's a sticker. I got to go to YouTube. Oh, that's a bottle of champagne. It's a bottle of champagne, isn't it? Thank you. Is it non-alcoholic? Is it like a sparkling cider? That'd be nice. All right, here we go. We're going to do a poll. And just straight up. Realistic. I want to know your real feelings. Straight up, the Jets win. We got another few minutes here today. And you tell me what you think in that poll. It's already 86% yes, which is nice to see. I want to see us thinking we're going to win. But J.E., I appreciate it, man. Happy New Year to you and your family and your loved ones and friends and all that jazz. So I was looking to see if the guy I was talking to about Minshew had any thoughts. Better off developing Zach, using Mike as the bridge. Yeah, I mean, that's a plan. I don't know. I mean, dude, the Zach thing is interesting, right? Because like he's under contract. We don't know. If somebody wants him, I trade him, dude. That's what I do. You know what I mean? If somebody wants Zach, depending if they're like, I'll give you a 7th, like, get out of here. But if somebody wants him, I move him. That's me. Because I hear you with the development thing. I think it's polluted here. The whole relationship is strained. It's polluted. I wouldn't do it. Imagine if the Derek Carr thing, I have no idea if McDaniels is a very, very skilled offensive mind. He might believe, Give me Zach Wilson and I'll take over the league. He might think that. That's what Rule thought with Sammy. Give me that kid. Are you kidding me? Gave him a second, a third, and a fourth, and a sixth. A second and a fourth in one draft and a sixth in the other, right? Yeah. So he gave us a sixth the first year. The next year we got a second and a fourth. So maybe somebody, dude, imagine that. Like they're looking to dump Carr's contract. And they want a young guy. So he's got a couple years in the league. He's kind of gone through the bumps and bruises. He had a real trial by fire. They could love him. They could love him. You trade Derek Carr for Zach and some incarnation. I don't know which picks. I would love that. I would love it. But the Minshew thing, dude, he's going to be significantly cheaper than Derek Carr or Aaron Rodgers or Jimmy G. He's going to be cheaper. He's going to be about a $10 to $12 million guy, I'd say. Maybe I'm wrong. Island 24, man. Thank you. He says, GreenBean sauce isn't as good as me yet. Oh, he needs to put on 20 pounds and work on his tackling. Happy New Year to you. I'll tell you, you're right. But you know what I will say, Revis, is that he's having a better rookie year than you had, though. So we don't know. Your rookie year was good, Revis. But you can see right off the right off the gate that Sauce can be dominating. Revis, you didn't see that yet. You saw that he was definitely a good cornerback, but you didn't get, like, you weren't certain that he's going to dominate. You didn't feel like that. It was just like, wow, he's good. Then Rex came here and said, that's the best cornerback I've seen in a decade or more. He said he's the best player on the team. And I was like, really? Okay. All right. And then that's the year, 2009. He had the best cornerback year in NFL history, in my opinion. We'll see. I don't like getting too nuts about rookies that have great seasons, man, because we've seen it before. We've had great rookie seasons and seen him do shit. Bupkis. The biggest one that stands out in my brain is Sheldon Richardson, defensive rookie of the year, man. He was gone. He's a journeyman. You know what I mean? He's been a journeyman. After us, Seattle, he went to the Vikings, he was on the Browns. Where is he now? Anybody know? See where he is. He's a free agent, dude. Why don't we go get him? Go get him. Bring him in here, dude. He's humbled. You know what I mean? Go get him, man. Stuff that run. He's good, dude. He might not going to be what he was. But anyway, point being, I've seen it before. So have you. We've had guys that looked really good. And the next year, they just disappear. So I don't want to get nuts, but Sauce looks pretty damn good, and so does Garrett Wilson, man. I hope that those guys stay where they go, stay where they, their trajectory, Okay, so listen. Let me see something here. Okay, that's going to do it. I'm about done. Let's see here. Trade Bryce Hall. No way. Thank God we're not listening to you, Kev. Bryce Hall's going to do it. Brandon Eccles is out. Aren't you happy it's Bryce Hall instead of like a Parry Nickerson? You know what I mean? Fucking Javelin Guidry. I'm so glad it's Bryce Hall coming off the bench. As your fourth cornerback, that's not bad, buddy. Fifth. Not bad. And he costs, what does Bryce Hall cost? What does Bryce Hall cost? It's chump change. He's on a fifth round pick contract, dude. He's got to be making nothing. Let's see. Bryce Hall counts literally 157,000 $902 toward the cap. Next year, he counts $78,000. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Thought that was like, really? It's impossible. So this year he counts 973,000. So less than $1 million. Next year he counts 1.0 or 1,000. Jesus. 1,088,951. So he's $1 million for the next 2 years, like each. You keep a guy like that, in my opinion. Unless somebody goes, hey, I'll give you a second-round pick for him or something crazy. They need a cornerback, and Bryce Hall's an NFL cornerback. You could say, all right, I'll take a second for him or a third, whatever. But other than that, guy cost me $1 million, and he can play with anybody. He's covered Jamar Chase and covered him well. So, all right, guys, listen. Jerry Jet guaranteeing a victory. I hope you got some juju there, Jerry Jet. I'm with you. Owen, let's go. Happy New Year. I'm going to say this. I'm going in with my kids. We made it a long time. We made it close, didn't we? We made it close. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I thoroughly have enjoyed 2022. If you guys have not subbed to the channel, please do. We did not make the goal. Today's my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. We didn't make the goal of 10,000, but we're only like 135 away or something like that. So we'll get there, and I appreciate all the support. I was really hoping to get it done today. No big deal. No big deal. Still, I'm grateful for you guys. I've enjoyed the year getting to know you, and you know what? It's been a pretty damn good year. I hate this collapse at the end to make it crazy, but we've had more fun this year than I've had in a long time, and particularly since I've gotten on YouTube. See, that's the thing. I'm trying, Kev. I make losses tolerable. I'm trying, man. Torian, I love you too, man. So happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year, Indy, and thank you, Balls Be Hurtin', for my anniversary wishes. Yeah, listen. Let's be undefeated in January, like Stud City said. Thank you, Sully. Guys, what do I leave you with tonight? Let me see here. Let's do what's this? I don't even know what this is. Let me see what this is. Okay? Let me see what this video. I don't even know what it is. So I'm going to show you this. And have a great New Year's Eve, man. And I'll talk to you in what will feel like a half hour. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Happy New Year, Jets fans. And don't forget, we got to get Joe Klecko in the Hall of Fame this year. This is his best chance to get in, and we are going to help him. Mark Gastineau, as we know, got 22 sacks in 1984. 22 sacks. No one has eclipsed that. No one has touched it. And then Michael Strahan comes along, and they were in the final game of the season, and it looked like he just wasn't going to do it. And what happens? Brett Favre, with very little time left in the game, rolls out to the right and just lays down. The tight end barely went to block him. It was as if they talked about in the huddle. Let's just give Strahan the record. He's earned it. It sure as heck looked like they planned it. He rolled out, laid in front of him, and Strahan went nuts, and the NFL acted as if things were all hunky-dory, like nothing was awry. No one cares. Just give away records, especially from a team and a man that don't have much. It's all we got, and you had to take it from us, man.
As a Hall of Fame voting group, we need to re-examine some careers, and I think we need to re-examine the career of Joe Klecko.
Dang, I want to see how I do against this guy, because he was the best.
Left guard can't handle Klecko. Just knock the crap out of the guy across from you.
Intensity, bottom line. Never take a play off.
He was incredibly strong.
His just pure raw strength.
He was the same every play. Ball zone.
It was an incredible accomplishment to be dominant at one position in the NFL in your career, but to be dominant at 3 positions.
day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas off the hips. Get that bicep to put your shoulder on somebody. Dig, drop, you're finished.